Hello! The whole gang's back together. The whole family.
We're all in this together.
Speaking of that, what do you got, Kate? Anything you want to tell the wide world?
Well, wide world, if you go to the wide world website of redbubble.com, you will find the unofficial official merch of the not the Faust and the Furious, the Fonkey Casuals trademark copyright by Sir Arthur Wordweave himself. You can find it on t-shirts, on bucket hats, on shower curtains, on duvets, on clocks. You can get it on a fucking bucket hat, or a dad hat, or a trucker hat. Whatever you want to put it on it, you can put it on.
Slam dunk in that bucket hat!
So go check it out at redbubble.com/krtheatershop and get yours today.
Yeah, do it or else. So. Okay. Recap time. A lot's happened since Brittany was last year, but they've been caught up thanks to the wonderful journal I've been keeping in the Quest journal.
It has been solid fucking notes, I gotta say, because what the fuck?
Last session, then. Druck, Aelinor, and the Aarakocra crew of the airship set off towards Anundil after saying their farewells to find Dax, who had gone missing. Aelinor joined out of guilt for killing Kenneth Bashan while possessed. Torger wrestled a guy in the desert and won a leg of ham. Rum ham. And ate it all day. Which is fun. But you all decided to move in towards the city of Paladin to charter a ship towards the continent of Esselvyre, being told that a certain captain named Captain Tono owed a certain Coin Harding a favor, and if you brought that up, you'd be given a free voyage. So, the party split up, with Vonkar and Grin heading to the docks to meet with Captain Tono, while the rest went to the Red Oasis Casino to be casino babies. Just to do casino stuff. Hang out at a casino. Started playing a dice game called Life and Death, where Torger won an obscene amount of money. Then after a few games of that, meanwhile, Grin and Vonkar met with Captain Tono, who appears to be perpetually drunk all the time, a sea elf, and mentioned, as soon as the lighthouse comes on at 10 o'clock, we'll be setting sail, so meet us at the docks by then, and you'll get a free ride, and you can eat some of the vast quantities of salted fish that we have on board for such a long voyage, which seemed like it didn't please Grin, but hey, better than hardtack. The party reunited at the casino, and everybody's kind of played Three Dragon Ante, a card game, but Antyr sat out because they suck at gambling and they lost a lot of money. I played a few rounds of Three Dragon Ante, met a couple other patrons at this casino, and met a little goblin named Gunk who seemed seemed disgustingly wealthy somehow. And it was discovered this goblin was stealing other patrons' money and abusing it at the casino and then giving it to people to use at the casino. You all eventually stopped playing Three Dragon Ante after Gunk was chased off by some guards, and then later bumped into Grin in a disguise, but that was later. Everyone sat down to play Oyster Bowl, a bunch of games of Oyster Bowl. Won more money. It was basically a gambling episode. It was just a gambling episode. There was a lot of gambling and games. There wasn't really much D&D played, which was fun. I had a lot of fun. So, the party went to a buffet at the end of their casino journey and gorged themselves on food, and realizing they may be running late for the ship, all began to run, bellies full of food, to the ship. Torger, the fastest of all, reaching Captain Tono and puking all over Captain Tono's feet while trying to talk. And it was funny.
And there was much rejoicing.
And laughter at Torger's vomiting. Retcon a little bit of the party grabbing Cornelius, who was said to be at a stable nearby, before setting voyage. And yeah, it was about 10 p.m. when you all got on board, and the ship began to sail away from the continent of Cathatooine towards the continent of Esselvyre. However, Doe! It's been nearly 2 weeks since the world was abruptly shunted and scattered away into the Feywild, separating you from the rest of the Fonkey Casuals, and teleporting you far across the world. And then just a few days ago, the world returned to the material plane, all put back together. For that entire time, you've found refuge in a small enclave of fellow Mimicborn within the confines of an abandoned temple nestled in a snowy, frigid mountain pass on the continent of Remnant, now separated from Anundial as its own continent. Here, roughly 10 other Mimicborn share similar tales of awakening 6 years prior, their memories also mysteriously erased, just like you. Leading this makeshift community is Dox, a sturdy figure with an unusual oval-shaped head sporting a vertical mouth. Dox is a skilled wizard, has been aiding you in piecing together your fragmented memories, and today marks another session in your quest to reclaim those memories. Recollections thus far paint a picture of you and 2 other Mimicborn defending a 10-foot-tall tree? Its bark ochre and its foliage shimmering gold. And you're defending this tree against a conflict among the gods. Strangely, in these memories, the evil gods and the good gods are working together to attack a city. This place, Dol Shadar, seems to hold profound significance to your past. While a hooded man speaks to you in these memories, but his appearance is out of focus, and his voice is garbled and hard to decipher. As you step into the temple today to meet with Dox, he seems engrossed in his journal, swiftly closing it upon your arrival. There's been a slight change of plans, Doe.
What? Yeah, what do you mean?
He announces, rising, quickly, and motions for you to follow. This way! And begins, weirdly, walking, just trying to, move his limbs so they're not, bumping up against the temple architecture. He's got really long, elongated limbs that kind of don't fit too well inside buildings.
Doe is just okay, this is sudden, just 180, just making sure they're not bumping their staff against anything and they're just trying to keep up.
He guides you from the temple, ascending a widened mountain trail towards the snowy summit. A snowfall blankets the surroundings, casting a serene ambiance as the sun begins to dip below the horizon, marking another day's end on Remnant, as the mint green light of the new moon, having only been born about 3 days ago this moon, hangs in the sky. I've been monitoring your friends as you requested. They're making their way towards Dol Shadar, and I believe it's imperative for you to join them. Your history and the pieces of your memory we've gathered are intertwined with that place, particularly that tree you defended, and then there's still the mystery of that wizard who created you.
Doe is just as they're talking, just between all their teeth, just gnawing on their fingernails, just in anticipation.
And his gaze locks onto you, his gray eyes just piercing through the dim light. The moment is upon us. The everlasting arbor is dead, and I sense my connection to the weave is fading. I fear in the coming days, and nor weeks, magic as we know will cease to exist. Perhaps, maybe. I don't know. And he reaches into the depths of his teal, fur-trimmed robes and retrieves a rapier made of solid gold and embedded with numerous rubies and gems. Hands it to you, as well as a 500 gold piece diamond. This is my dancing sword.
It's gorgeous. Oh.
My need for it has ended.
Joe is just like carefully turning it over, looking at it every which way, and they have the diamond like nestled on the end of their tongue, holding it.
Okay.
I'll make sure this is really taken care of. Whoa. Oh.
Perfect. Now the sword is powerful.
What do you mean powerful? It's...
Like Doe's just like turn it over, just like whoa, like shiny object, just like looking at it within like the green moon, like glinting off of it.
He explains that as a bonus action, while attuned to it, you toss this magic sword up into the air and speak the command word. When you do so, the sword begins to hover, flies up to 30 feet, and attacks one creature of your choice within 5 feet of it. The sword uses your attack roll and ability score modifier to damage rolls. While the sword hovers, you can use a bonus action to cause it to fly up to 30 feet to another spot within 30 feet of you. As part of the same bonus action, you can cause the sword to attack one creature within 5 feet of it. After the hovering sword attacks for the 4th time, it flies up to 30 feet and tries to return to your hand. If you have no hand free, it falls to the ground at your feet. If the sword has no obstructed path to you, it moves as close to you as it can and then falls to the ground. It also ceases to hover if you grasp it or move more than 30 feet away from it.
Oh, that's so fucking cool!
Yeah, dancing swords.
God, I've missed playing.
Dancing swords are real cool. I was gonna give you a Gambler's Blade Rapier, but that might be bad. So.
Because of my character, or because of me?
Because of what Gambler's Blades do. So you have a dancing rapier instead.
What's the command word?
Whatever you want it to be.
Okay.
And then, with his weird gnarled arms, puts the 2 hands on your shoulders. There's no time like the present. And in an instant, you're propelled through the dwindling ley lines. It's a strange sensation, like you're being dragged across the world through a narrow space by your stomach. Like you're being dragged off stage by a cane. Before the smell of ocean air fills your nostrils, and you land directly on Torger, who is being used as the focus of this spell due to the 2 of you having known each other longer than the others. So this is just as the ship is beginning to sail away. You're all getting up onto the top deck, just as Doe materializes in the air and lands on Torger.
I would have thought that hurt more, because this is... Oh, Torger!
Doe just, like, springs off of Torger and is just looking them over.
Are you okay? Oh my gosh, oh my goodness.
Alright. Were you a shoehorn?
No. Good guess.
But it's nice to see you.
And everybody else is
Doe
just right
puts
there.
their arms out for a hug.
Yeah, oh, big hug, daps him up.
Hey, there you are.
Oh wow, it's been a while.
Oh, Antyr, Grin, hop.
Doe is just like so excited, like a kid on motherfucker. I can't remember the term
Wynoctin?
for Christmas. Thank you! Like a kid on Wynoctin.
The weird thing is, you are no longer the tallest member of the party. Grin now towers above you.
What? Oh, I thought it was... Grin looks like if a piece of bubble gum got stretched, you know, he got kind of like...
God.
He's just this skeleton, like skinny, slender man looking dude with still the round head.
It's awful.
Weird. Yeah.
Doe goes to
That
like
happened in the Feywild.
look down towards you, but then they're just met with like kneecaps, and they look up and they're like,
Oh, you grew up. Oh my goodness. Ah,
and just
little girl spurt.
wow, my neck muscles. They've never done this before. Oh, this is a strange sensation. Looking up. Huh.
Yeah, Vonkar got big too.
Yeah, Vonkar's also like a little bit taller now too.
8 inches taller, actually.
Inches taller.
On the dot.
5'8", yeah.
Wow, look at. Oh my. Oh, so much has happened. Oh.
And Doe is just like looking over everybody, looking at all these size changes, is super looking under at Grin's chin because they've never seen that part of them before. They're just like,
Wow, look at that structure.
and they're just like about to touch it, but they're like, no, that's weird. We don't do that. They've been trying to learn more manners.
How?
Let's sort of this trick though. He takes his this like key that he has, and he like puts it in his and does like a swallow thing, and it like and it just is the shape of his body.
Whoa. Are you?
And Doe's like looking towards him.
Are you seeing this? Whoa.
Back up.
And Doe is just like taking everybody in, and they're just like,
I can't, it feels like it's been forever. I know it hasn't been forever, but so much has happened. I've seen so many things, and I still haven't found the perfect cheesecake recipe, but I'm still working on that, but that thing takes time.
Hopper, if you look over to Hopper, you see he's no longer wearing his armor. It's just like streetwear almost. And on his back, his green shield has been traded out for like a black and purple, like slowly shifting shield.
Ooh, Hopper, I like the aesthetic. Ooh, look at that. Oh, the purple. Yeah.
Merci, there is indeed been a lot that you have missed.
But you're all alive. That's what matters.
For the most part, yes, we are all alive and in one piece.
I think pretty much entirely we're all alive and in one piece, right?
Yeah.
Well, there have been a couple non-permanent deaths at
Well,
some
true.
points.
That's what matters. Mostly dead is still technically alive. I learned that from my mom as well.
Yeah, things have been pretty weird.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just so you don't attack him when he's. Oh, wait, what? Oh, Cornelius?
Oh yeah. Oh, when Doe. No. Yeah, Doe was around for Cornelius turning into a displacer beast. That was just being yaggered by the DM.
Oh.
ah,
Yeah. So Cornelius, there's just a big like, six-legged panther with tentacles just hanging out on the deck of the ship now.
But things are always weird with us. That seems pretty normal.
You could say they're pretty funky.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, just so you don't attack him right when you see him, Eleanor is, they're alright.
They're not all left.
That's correct.
I've also been working on some humor that the bards do, and I think I've been getting better at it.
Wow.
Right.
Antyr, do you have anything to share with the class and to update Doe on? You seem pretty quiet.
I am just at a loss of your return. It's good to have you back, but where have you been? What have you been doing?
Well, I was with a bunch of other Mimicborn, and it was awesome. It was amazing. There was more of us. There is more of us, and we've been trying to figure out some of our memories, and it's just, it was sad but awesome. There's this dude named Dox. Well, not Dox, not dude. They're a wizard. Their name is Dox. They're amazing. They're fantastic, and they've been really helpful. And they said that this going to Dol Shadar is the way to go. And next thing I know, they said it's time. Gave me this,
And they pull out the dancing sword.
and basically said time to go. And now I'm here.
Well, that's nice. Alright, well, if we're getting a scrap, hopefully you're kept sharp in the time that you've been away.
Doe flashes all of their teeth, nice and pointy.
Oh yeah.
Oh!
They also seem much more perceptive than before.
Well, we are heading to Dol Shadar. I don't know if you know or you were kept aware of what is going on in the world. The continent has fallen. Just lots of destruction. The big tree we were going for is dead, and we're trying to find a new one to, I don't know, reset the weave, I guess.
Yeah, just so you know, we didn't cause any of the destruction. We were just there when it happened.
One place we went there, it just kind of happened.
Right,
I'd never
yeah.
blame you anyhow.
Good to know.
Has it been a long rest yet?
Oh no.
Or no?
This
No?
is still
Okay,
like,
okay, cool.
it's like probably like 11 o'clock at this point.
Okay, thank you.
But yeah, Captain Tono approaches. No, doesn't approach. Still sailing the ship. Completely seems sobered up while they're sailing. Even the drunken slurring is gone when they speak. If you guys want, there's cabins down below, or not cabins, hammocks. Even better. Feel free to sleep, rest up, get the food out of those bellies. 11 days to go.
Great.
Depending how the sails go and how the wind is. And if we run across any krakens or sea serpents.
Are they frequenting this place?
Ha ha! They frequent all the oceans, my friend.
Lovely.
Apparently, while sailing one-handed with drinking from a bottle of rum. Apparently, ever since the moon fell from the sky and shit got weird, the big ones that are down below, deep, deep, deep down below, have been waking up.
Well, that's not good.
Oh, it's fine. I know how to get away from them.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to bed.
I ever steered any of you wrong? Looking at all of you when they say it.
We have only known you for a couple of hours, so it is yet to be determined.
I'm gonna look
Exactly.
ahead and see if he's heading for any rocks.
Nope, perfectly sailing just out of this bay where Paladin is and heading
With a
away.
slight
Okay.
the ship
Um,
is sailing.
But yeah, any
Is
of
that a constant slight tilt?
there's also the wagon you got from the stables that's on the deck too. It's in better condition than your last wagon was before the end.
I think that last one had like mending cast on it like 7
On
times.
wheel struts and everything. And it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
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 yeah. Frequent mending on that.
This one is goblin made. It's mostly metal.
Oof.
Okay. So Hopper's gonna be
Hopefully
the only one who can
someone-
fix that thing.
A lighter?
Oh, it's just like it's metal instead of wood to make it more sturdy. But you know, it's got some sharp edges. But yeah, you all can eventually, if you decide, retire. There's the hammocks and everything. Each hammock is like, it's not like the net hammocks. It's like silk hammocks with pillows and everything.
Bougie.
Yeah, they look like they're stolen.
Bougie.
Grin, I had a question for you before you turn in for the night. I'm doing fine. I'm a little queasy from the water, but that is nothing I cannot get over. I was wondering, you have a new bag that is in the shape of a teddy bear?
On my backpack?
Yes, I was. I was wondering if you would like to have it turned into a bag of holding.
Yes, please.
Right, if you wouldn't mind letting me borrow it for the night, I can have it back to you by morning.
Extra. It's like,
Look forward to your new gift. Basically what I'm going to do overnight, I'm going to remove my enhanced weapon infusion on my short sword and infuse Grin's teddy bear backpack with the replicate magic item bag of holding infusion.
Okay.
Overnight.
Since you're all sharing this like kind of lower deck
Wait.
where all the hammocks are, Torger, you can hear Hildesvini grumbling at the teddy bear being turned into a bag of holding. Cast me aside right away, eh? Yeah, see how it is.
Hey, Hildesvini, can I talk to you?
Yeah?
We'll do him next one. You know you's the number one spag in the crew, right?
Yeah, of course.
Who's my favorite piggy bag?
Me.
Mm-hmm. Give him a little chin tickle.
Ha 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 ha.
Who's eats all the nasty armor?
Me.
Hmm. Who's keeps all the stuff exactly where we needs it to be?
Hopefully me.
Mm-hmm. Who's tries to put as little slime on every piece we pull out of your mouth?
Me.
Mmm. Hildesvini, you the best.
I know.
All
You're
right.
the best.
Oh, you's the best. We talks later.
Okay.
No one's going to replace you.
Okay.
No matter how cute and how more practical they are, and will probably be able to hide easier. You's going to be on my hip forever.
Yeah, but I
Hmm?
the bagman can't hide in me though.
Are you sure?
No.
Oh. Okay, well, I was thinking maybe we could partner up and we could stop the bags man sometime.
We can't say his name one more time.
Oh, all right. So maybe sometime you and I could hang out and apprehend the receptacle rapscallion.
Yeah. And then I could
Okay.
eat him.
Yeah, that'd be a sweet, sweet journey.
Okay, thanks. I'm gonna go sleep now.
You and me both.
I'm gonna send regret to keep like an outside survey
Okay.
on the surroundings.
Like just circling the ship while it sails?
Yeah,
or-
not occasionally does a big loop, comes back and land
Cool.
like close to the crow's nest
Alright.
if they have one.
Yep. Perfect. Anybody doing anything else before bedtime? Anybody attuning to a dancing sword?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're snuggling up to their staff, but they have like their staff like underneath their armpit, and they're just holding their sword in between their two hands, trying to make sure their staff doesn't think, they're being left out, and they're just
Mm-hmm.
snuggled up to it. And they're just imbuing it with the command word, and they're just like,
Cheesecake. Cheesecake. Cheesecake.
Okay. Alrighty. Congratulations, everybody. You gained the benefits of a long rest.
Woo!
And I've been officially traveling for a month together, it says on here.
Crazy.
Oh yeah.
Time elapsed 30 days. So
When
yeah.
the morning comes, Antyr is
Almost.
going to approach Torger.
Alright, before you do approach Torger,
Right.
somebody roll me a d10 for today's day of travel aboard the ship.
Brittany, do it. Welcome back.
Brittany.
Fuck us up.
D10.
Garrett, you have a bag of holding.
it's a solid 6.
Nice.
Okay. So as you all wake up from your hammocks, it's the way you're woken up out of your hammocks is you're all thrown out of the hammocks as the ship is sailing through choppy water.
Oh no.
Welcome back, bitches.
Any characters not proficient in sea vehicles must make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
I got
If-
land vehicles.
If you are,
I have.
if you have advantage on saving throws to
Lots
resist
of
being
tools.
poisoned, you have advantage on this save.
Hey.
What about psychic damage?
No, Torger and Vonkar have advantage.
22.
22.
How close am I to Grin when I make this save?
You're all probably within feet.
Okay.
So everybody gets a +5 to
Within
this.
Holy shit.
Also, I will say this also because we're going to be on a ship for so long. Astral Elves has a fun little thing for a long rest. Antyr is going to be proficient in water vehicles.
Okay, so you wake up and you are somehow used to the rocking of the ship, even though you're not.
Antyr is pulling from the ancient knowledge. It's not necessarily like it's the knowledge that it closely equivalates to whenever like Spelljammer ships or anything like
Yeah,
that.
okay,
Those ships
cool.
that fly through the astral sea. The way they move, sometimes they can feel like an actual
That's
ocean.
true.
So they're pulling from that,
Okay.
as opposed to like just a random
Sure.
water.
So yeah, you're fine then. Hopper, what'd you get for your con save? +5.
17 plus 5 is a 22.
Unless
I
Grin
believe?
decides not to give you the aura for fun.
Yeah. I mean, I did just give Grin a bag of
That's
holding,
true.
so I'd hope I'd have
No,
this
the aura,
bonus
the
for at
aura
least
just, I
today.
think the aura just happens. All right, Grin, what'd you get for your con save?
Con save. I got a 19.
19. Vonkar with advantage.
It was 20. Oh, and we're adding Grin +5, right?
Yeah,
27.
you're fine. Torger with a +5. What'd you get? With advantage as well.
I also got 27.
Wow.
Oddly enough.
What about
Hey.
Doe? What about Doe?
With the help, 15.
Yay!
Hey.
Nobody is seasick for the remainder of the day.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just a day of just very, very choppy waves. Like the ship's going like it's definitely like bobbling to side to side. Anyone proficient with sea vehicles has an easy time having sure footing. Everybody else is kind of like stumbling around and stuff.
Doe's using, like, you know how you're supposed to do, like, if you're on a ladder, you're supposed to make sure you have, like, what, like, 3 points of contact, or, like, 2 points?
Yeah.
They're using their tongue as an extra point to make sure they're not falling.
No.
Amazing.
And you all stumbling a
Love
little
that.
bit because you're not used to ships, and Antyr is just like perfectly moving around.
This is easy. What are you talking about? Torger. Hi, good morning.
Good mornings to you.
So last night, I was able to copy that spell from
The one about corn?
the one where you can see places far off or locate things far away. It's called scrying. It was the sheet that I tore from that one wizard's book.
So there's no corn.
If you would like to think there's corn involved, sure, there will be corn.
No, okay. Well, listen, I'm not dumb. If you're not going to have corn, you don't have to lie to me.
I'll give Antyr corn when they're sleeping tonight.
Great. I don't want corn. No, thank you. What I was going to ask, you won quite a bit of coin yesterday.
Yeah, it's ours.
I am in need of some coin.
Okay, all right. And Hildsvini, I apologize. This is just for flavor.
Perfect.
I'm gonna. Hildsvini coughs up a little green visor that Torger puts on. He goes, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to give you a line of credit. We're going to give you a line of credit, okay? What exactly... He pulls out a pencil. What exactly are we looking at here?
Well, you see, I am deficient 500 gold.
Ooh, okay.
But I need some silver pieces as well.
All right. Okay, how many silver pieces are you looking for?
Well, it could all go into the 500 gold. So I
But you
need
parts of it to be silver. Ooh, that's gonna be
Right.
rough, but we can make it happen. Okay.
Okay.
Some silver pieces. Okay. That's going to be an extra service charge. Okay.
you're charging me.
What?
You're adding charges to something I'm. All right.
Well, what do you? Okay, let's get down to brass tacks. What do you got for collateral?
Oh goodness, I didn't think of collateral. I have this potion, and they'll pull out the Energizer potion, the potion that everybody had to drink to get rid of their exhaustion. There's not much else that I.
Okay, what's your credit score looking like these days? Actually, let me run a quick credit check.
Have I ever let you down before? Be honest.
Yes, you didn't bring corn.
Oh.
From
Sure
the mouths of babes.
Okay, one time I didn't bring corn, but other times I've helped you, assisted you, worked with you, ensure your success.
Oh sure, yes, but
Made you faster, made you where you hit.
You've also used me as a mode of conveyance on multiple occasions.
It's true.
Very valid, yes.
Yeah, so I even if we start, even. Okay. So
Here, what about you take the funky?
I've run several credit checks on your background. It looks like your score is it's good, it's not great. It's like you've never seems like you haven't really borrowed before.
No, never.
So there's not much we supposed to take it on faith that you's going to pay these monies back in time?
There's a time limit. Told you, I just needed money. If you're not going to give it to me, I can get it from somewhere else or go ask other people.
Do you have anybody who's able to co-sign your loan?
Looks around to the others. No, it is just me.
There's a really drunk sailor.
That drunk sailor there would definitely do it.
Huh?
No,
See?
his credit score is somehow negative 600.
Told you, are you going to give me the money or
It is
not?
negative 600.
All right.
Antyr, do you have a structured settlement and you need cash now?
No, I need to make something, and Torger is making it increasingly more difficult.
Yeah, what's the point of living if you're not going to have fun? That's what I got to say. All right, so I can give you parts of this in silver, and give it in gold. Do you plan on paying me back?
Eventually.
Okay, that's good enough for me. But also, it's real fun to make you sweat.
Thanks, Torger.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Pigs can't
also-
sweat.
What? Pigs can't sweat? That's right.
I don't know if that was aimed at me or not.
No, you's not a cop. Wait, you's not a cop, right? You got to tell me if you're the cop.
I am not.
Perhaps.
Torger, just give me the gold.
As soon as
Give
you
me the
mention
money.
Antyr possibly being a cop, a lot of the sailors like stand up and begin to like reach to their sides.
We can dance if you would like. We really can.
Not much of a dancer.
Oh,
Neither
yeah,
mind.
no, if you guys flash your piece on Antyr, I will have to end you.
Torger, I
okay.
appreciate it, but I can stick up for myself as well.
You don't understand. You's got what they call a tissue paper rep.
I don't. I really don't.
Yeah, but you notice how most everyone else here's got a little bit of vomit on them. Everyone smells like just it.
Yeah, it's kind of
It's like-
gross.
Like maybe they're always letting off a little bit of a toot. Everyone else here kind of smells like
I'm used to it with you.
What?
Said I'm used to it with you.
What is incredibly hurtful?
How? Sometimes in your sleep, Torger, you do just ever so often.
Hey, all right. Now you're just being hurtful. I was
I
really-
thought we were being honest. I thought you just
Oh, yeah,
bragged
you
me
know
for
what?
the money that I asked for.
Can I tell you something, Mister? I'm just being honest. Honesty without tact is cruelty. Okay, Antyrs?
I apologize.
You say, yeah, oh, I'm just being blunt. Oh, I'm just being blunt. That's just mean. It's uncalled for, and you know what? Just takes your money.
Are you going to be upset at me for the rest of the trip?
Why would I be upset? What could I possibly be upset about?
It seems like it upset you.
I sees you make money. Now, ooh, all of a sudden I've got sticky fingers.
I'm not stealing from you.
It starts with 500's gold. Oh, all of a sudden it's going to break your leg and say, ooh, no, ooh.
You're going to break my leg.
Yeah, interest.
You know what?
I can heal it!
Okay.
You know what? You've got friends in great places. So here's your 500's gold.
Thank
I
you.
will expect that back, and I wrote this note, and he writes on a big scrawling and takes out a page from the book that's unable to get destroyed. Takes out a page and writes on it, Antyr owes Torger 500 gold piece total, some silver, transferable, whatever. And then, alright, I need you to snort this into a special place, and I need you to send out a reminder every so often. Can you do that for me, Hildesvivi?
Yeah, anything.
Then he just puts it in this note.
Looks at Antyr while they do it.
Going to gather up all the pieces of gold, the silver, is going to sequester themselves far away from Torger after all of that.
Yeah, don't make yourself a stranger. Remember, use the piggy bank.
I like the idea of Hildesvivi every once in a while going like, it has been 2 days, 57 hours,
On the dot.
33 seconds since you owe money to Torger.
I will
Oh,
take.
yes.
Yeah, I will take 10 minutes to fabricate to create a silver mirror
Okay.
to act as the focus for scrying.
Okay.
So it's going to take take me 10 minutes, and that is 1,000 gold.
Yes, it is.
I have 300 gold.
Anybody have anything else planned for this very rocky day of sailing?
I was just gonna say I never put together that you can use fabricate to just turn like money into spell components.
Yeah.
Like diamond dust, or even like gold dust and shit like that ruby dust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
as long as you,
cool.
what,
So
you just
cool.
have the equivalent amount
Such a
of
good
money
spell.
to pay for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so cool. Just whoop.
Is it where is it monetary cost or just like the raw materials?
It's just the raw materials.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, did you take silver coins and turn them into?
So the idea is it's 1,000 gold pieces, and it's kind of what's the word when you coat something?
Oh,
Gilded.
Nope.
Gilded. Thank you. So it's like silver gilded, essentially, not like a yeah.
okay.
The idea was
gonna
the
say
silver was just a glazed mirror. Oh, that actually kind of works. It's like a kiln it. Is that what you do? You glaze it before you turn it
So
into
it's
kiln?
just like 1,000
That's
gold
not
with like one silver
meant.
piece with
Yeah.
silver coating the outside.
Essentially,
of it.
yeah.
And it's like,
silver leaf essentially on
yeah.
it.
It's just funny that like magically it's like a very much a technically kind of thing. It's like this is the silver mirror worth 1,000 gold because it's 1,000 gold pieces melted together and then covered in a
Yeah.
layer of silver.
Yep.
Oh Christ!
That is my new favorite loophole.
All right, so yeah, Antyr made a mirror.
Oh, was that mirror dipped? Did you dip that mirror?
Yes.
Cool.
Anybody else doing anything today? Or attempting to while the ship is just bumping you all back and forth?
Just probably gonna talk to Doe, catch up with Doe,
Okay.
and their stuff as much as possible. I know we've already kind of gone over backstory.
Yeah.
More
I'm gonna repair my net.
Okay.
Do you need assistance
with
with that?
Weaver's tools. Yeah, and I'll do that, and I'll try to create a new one too. So I'll have 2 nets.
Okay. I mean, there's also nets just everywhere on a ship.
You're around sailors, so there's probably
Yeah, there's difference between net that is
Net the weapon and
that
net the
there's
tool.
like the difference in net, like there's like unless these guys have like fishing tools,
Yeah.
then that would
Yeah, of
work,
course.
too. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably just ask if I can borrow that, and if not, I'll.
Oh yeah, they yeah. They all owe you guys favors for mentioning coin harding. So
No, okay. Cool.
Hopper
Not
is
groin
going.
sharding.
not
No.
groin sharding.
Hopper is going to attempt to go through the motions of like battle stances, to get used to fighting without armor.
Okay.
Because it's like less weight that he now has to compensate for in his
For the
strikes
for the
and all
purposes
that.
of this, make either acrobatics or athletics checks with disadvantage because of the ship rocking back and forth.
Mhm.
And I'll
I'm
say
going to do
I'll say if
acrobatics.
you roll a nat 1, Hopper's gonna fall overboard. Like,
Oh, okay. Disadvantage roll. 2 12s for a 17.
yeah,
total.
you're fine.
Okay. Yeah, just kind of working on how to redistribute the less weight that I have to
Okay.
use. Putting more strength into the strike since I don't have to carry the weight of armor anymore.
Alrighty. Grin can easily get a second net and repair the first net. Antyr,
Thanks for the help, Antyr. There's a lot to know good about this.
It's hard to explain. So where my people are from, the ties that I have, I can tap into distant knowledge is a way to put it. I don't know exactly how to describe it to you precisely. It's like
You never learned how to do this stuff. You just someone else.
someone else has done it, and I can pull from their knowledge, their skill, their talent.
What do you? How is that? Like, how do you pull it from someone else?
Well,
Like, could you pull experience from me?
no, this is it's knowledge and understanding from time stewards like myself, other astral elves. Not, I guess I shouldn't say just time stewards. It's astral elves upon the astral sea. We can pull from knowledge and memories,
From each
understandings. I'm sorry.
From each other?
That's actually a good point. I've always assumed that it's from the past, but it could be. Never thought about it. It's not linked to a person specifically. It's I can imagine what I need to know, and it builds upon itself.
Like collective knowledge?
Yes.
So you're always connected with your ancestry and your relatives.
They're not my relatives. No, I was ascended.
What does that mean?
I was picked as a child. Well,
Oh.
I had just
thought you
become.
meant, like, you were created like me.
To an extent, I kind of was. I used to be, back when, 300 plus years ago, I used to be an elf from the Fae. I was a boy. I just reached adulthood. And I showed a skill that time stewards sought after.
Uh-huh.
And so when I was taken to the Astral Sea, there's a whole ritual that essentially ascends me to... I guess it's a bit of a conversion, because I was part Fae, if that makes sense, and then because I needed to be more attuned to the Astral Sea, the Astral Plane, it's a ritual that they do to essentially shift my form, my body.
Did it hurt? Heads up. And he, like, it's like that part of the
right.
process where it's like tossing
Mage
something
hand
over
catches
you.
it and assists with the tying. I don't recall. I really don't recall my Ascension Day. So I imagine so. Maybe it's a memory I don't wish to have.
Oh, okay. Did you remember stuff before it?
Not really either. I know. I understand my previous life. I recall my name, what I was referred to as. I know bits and pieces, but I guess I'm kind of like you. I don't think you know much more before your creation, if anything.
Putting stuff together.
Right. But it's part of who we are. It's that knowledge is not needed. It's not necessary. It's more of a hindrance, if anything. That's why I always look to the future. I don't worry about things that happened in the past, really, too much.
Well, aren't you pulling information from the past? I mean, that's information. That's important. I mean, you look back to, otherwise you don't learn anything.
I guess so. But I guess
You
being
repeat the same cycles.
in the I guess my time here on this plane has made me more acutely aware of the past as well. I think really the only reason why I have the fragments of my memory is because I visited the Fae so often in these short few weeks, and I was on the material plane for about 6 years. I have been on the plane for 6 years.
How's it feel? Getting older.
I've actually gotten younger.
What?
I am technically... I am 83. I used to be 100. My physical form is 83 years old.
Yeah. Is he doing some tricky
No.
things?
No, this is all because of the fuckery with the Feywild that was introduced.
Oh.
A large portion of it was.
What about that?
And I did take a
shorter
potion.
stuff that- yeah, but was any of that the result of you?
No, I lost that. Because that would extend my life. That was...
Oh.
It's not really a past that I like to think about, because I was hurting more than I was helping, I felt like.
That's all.
Okay. Second head is acquired. A mirror is acquired. Hopper, you begin the beginning steps of your training. Torger and Doe catch up.
Vonkar would also like to work on a crafting project of his own,
Sure,
because he is an old man on a boat,
he is.
specifically taking a long voyage, a cruise, one could say.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to find an open section of deck.
Easily
He's
done.
going to get some paint.
Yep.
He's going to paint out some squares with numbers on them. And he's going to put together a shuffle. Is it a triangle? Okay. I think I'm thinking like 4 square hopscotch. But he's going to put together a shuffleboard
Okay.
port.
Sure.
And find the materials to put together shuffleboard.
Perfect. Easily done.
And then otherwise treat it like a cruise.
Alrighty.
He's going to take naps in the sun and get way too sunburned.
Perfect. Up in the crow's nest?
No, just on the deck.
On the deck? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Just an old Duergar grandpa laid out. Don't mind me.
In his underwear.
Hell yeah.
Gray, wrinkly body on display.
Can I ask like of the foodstuffs on board? They probably likely to fight off some scurvy. They have some citrus fruits. Maybe do they have like any coconut?
As Captain Tono mentioned to Grin, I think Grin mentioned it in passing as you all were getting on board. It is salted fish as far as the eye can see.
There's no any sort of citrus fruit or
Nope.
anything. No citrus fruits. Huh?
Spiced or salted fish and a lot of rum.
All right. All right.
It's rough.
Yeah.
You seem
You get a
disappointed.
sense that they're not. You get a sense this ship is a new acquisition for them, and it's not properly stocked with things. It has been recently painted as of a day or so ago. You saw them rebranding it when you all arrived. So it may be stolen, and they may have gotten rid of things that... Yeah, salted fish and rum is your dining experience for the next 11 days, roughly.
And probably some just at least some sipping water, right?
Oh yeah, they have water, yeah.
Okay.
Like water barrels, yeah. Alright.
Fair enough.
I might have food in me, actually, Torger.
Yeah, let's see what you've got. Do you have any sorts of citrus fruit?
Do you want me to try to dig up what was in me when Auntie Gothel had me before you?
Yeah.
It's only been like 2 weeks. Alright. Closes his eyes. And begins to focus.
I guess I reach into his mouth and I think of an edible fruit.
Something spiky and hard lands in your hand, and it's big. It feels like it won't come out of Hildisvini's mouth. And you
Okay.
pull out a massive, with his help of him like regurgitating it, this massive durian fruit.
Okay. All right. You've got any limes? Any oranges? Any?
He starts straining and he spews out a couple like oranges.
Hell All right. This is good. Okay. Here's we go. Hey! Chop the durian.
Oh yeah, it immediately unleashes the stench of like onions and just what durian smell like if you've ever smelled it. Just onions mixed with like feet. Just permeates from the durian. It stinks bad, but it tastes good eventually. And it just begins to permeate across the deck of the ship.
So then, Torger starts to scoop and smash.
Yeah.
And get the juice working, and then he takes the orange and smashes and starts to make sort of a paste to a rough thing, and then he scoops that into a glass, and then puts a hand over it, tries to keep out the mash, but then put in like just a little bit of so it's like a durian orange juice.
Oh, perfectly. Easily done. Easily done.
Smashed up durian orange juice. If it's a full fruit and it's like 2 oranges, it could probably make durian's the main juice. It could probably make...
Yeah, durian's got a lot of juice in it.
Yeah, probably about maybe like a pitcher of it.
Yeah, probably.
Is the goal? Ooh, it's not gonna be cold.
No.
Hold on, what?
It was in Hildesvini. It's everything that comes out of Hildesvini is like warm.
I can make it cool if you want.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna... Alright, so you sent me some cash. Could you please, could you maybe make this cold?
Prestidigitate. Chill.
No, let me help you.
Oh, sure.
The pitcher just gets like double frosted.
Nice.
Okay, that's good. Alright, okay. Just get a little, small glass and walk up to Vonkar. Be like, alright, sorry, I didn't mean to get into your light. I know how tall I am.
Oh, it's fine. What's up? Just pop thing here.
I don't want you to be turned off by my stink drink, but I know how you don't do booze too much, so everyone deserves a good boat drink. So I made you what I'm calling Smash Punch.
Well, thank you.
Here, try some.
How's it taste?
So durian initially tastes like onions. It starts off like savory, like hints of almond, garlic, and caramel, and then it starts to get sweet. But it's a very, very forward tasting of like onion and garlic that gets sweet and caramel-like, and then there's a hint of just sweet, tropical, tangy, acidic orange juice mixed in.
Interesting. Yeah, alright, I'll drink that.
Like cold orange chicken.
Yeah. And fun fact, I think on some like trains and buses in Thailand, durian is like illegal to have on board.
Just 'cause it stinks up the place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's bad. It's rough. It tastes pretty okay. Yeah, but
I had a durian milkshake once, and the first forward hit was just sweet, was garlic, and I'm like, whoa! And then it got sweet. The more you taste it, the more you drink it. The weird onion forward flavor kind of goes away.
I was at Costco and they were sampling like durian cakes.
Yeah.
And it was the oddest flavor I could think of.
The king of fruit is what it's called. But yeah, Torger hands you this like drink, the Smash Punch.
Alright, thank you. Give him a shuffleboard later?
oh, yours going down. I'll shuffle all over your board.
Alright.
I'm just going to shuffle all over that board.
Sounds good. You got yourself a challenge, young man.
Don't forget, if you lose, you get a tat.
How that works?
If you challenge me, I declare tats for retribution.
Vonkar just holds up an arm and then rubs a fingernail against one of the, like, metallic veins and just goes, you may want to rethink that so you don't break your needle.
I will not be denied. He runs away.
All right.
Just needs to get a chisel instead of a needle.
That would just hurt.
Yeah. The rest of the day is just more of this rocking ship, more Torger drinks more of the shares, possibly the durian orange drink, so people don't get scurvy.
Yeah, I want to share, at least with our.
Yeah.
I'm concerned. The dirt sailors seem to have
Dirt sailors. Yeah, they're rough.
They seem to be doing their own thing.
Games of shuffleboard are played. Just to see who wins the game of shuffleboard, what ability check would you do for shuffleboard?
Probably a dex check, right?
I was gonna say dexterity or like wisdom, one of the two.
You can either or.
Cause like
wisdom acrobatics check.
Because it's like kind of it's like gauging force.
Yeah, right.
Kind of.
All right. Either or
know.
then contested wisdom or acrobatics.
I'm picking two
dex.
things
Straight,
that I know.
Straight dex or straight wisdom.
I'm picking two things that I know a monk is going to be great at. So, but I've got the advantage of age.
That's right. So it's actually, yeah, you know what? Vonkar advantage.
All right. Well, the first roll is a 7, so thank you. Let's try that again.
Advantage because you're
second
an old
one's
man.
a 6.
Oh no.
That I could do acrobatics if I wanted? Or...
Straight dex or straight wisdom.
Okay, I'll do dex.
No one is proficient in shuffleboard.
Not yet. Play long enough and you will be.
Anyone, I would have thought Vonkar would be.
Yeah, actually,
Since he knows how to make the board.
What's your proficiency bonus?
I don't think Vonkar's proficient in shuffleboard.
Oh, okay.
He has not had time
All right.
to ever play. When would he have played it?
When you were, I don't know.
When would he have learned it?
What'd you get, Torger?
12.
Oh yeah, Torger wins the game of shuffleboard near the end of the day as the sun begins to set.
Just twirling the shuffleboard. Puck. The biscuit hurler, as it were.
Oh, well, there you go. You win. Good game, young man. Good game.
Yeah, it's a very good game. Then brings him in close. You owe me one tattoo. Whatever you want. But you're going to get stuck.
Gotta find a spot that you won't break your needle on, and we'll go all right.
Okay. What's you wanted to say on your lip?
On the inside?
Oh, yeah, right here.
I could go for bad grandpa on the inside of my lip.
Oh, hell yeah.
Amazing.
Bad grandpa.
Yeah, you tattooed bad grandpa on the inside of Vonkar's lower lip.
Vonkar's just sitting here in a Speedo with holding his lip out, getting tattooed, head to toe sunburn.
This is the best midlife crisis ever.
Honestly, this is second half. Doing the second half weird.
Yeah.
All right.
This is the first half where he got a sports car. Now
Vonkar
he's doing cruises.
gets a tattoo.
Things.
Yeah, the inside of Vonkar is not metallic or metallic veins.
You cool as hell, man.
Oh, well, thank you.
All right, I'm going to go do some calisthenics. Starts doing backflips on the deck.
Okay.
Yeah.
1,
2.
All right. Everybody gets the benefits of a long rest as we go into the second day of sailing. And I need another D10.
I'll do it. Why not?
Okay.
8.
Ooh. An 8.
That's why not. You doomed us all.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's so nice I'm not the one who's dooming people. Oh, not the genocidal one, not the fucking up one. Oh, it's good. It's a living.
Yeah, Antyr really stepped up once you were gone for a bit.
Thanks for being able to pass the torch on to you, buddy.
Okay. as we get into your second day of 11 at sea. Maybe Hopper rolled nice and rolled for fast winds. Maybe you'll cut down that trip a day. I guess we'll find out.
Maybe I rolled a Kraken.
Maybe you rolled a Kraken. Wouldn't that be fun though? Just updating all my calendars.
Be a
Alrighty.
real crack in our plans.
What'd you say you got, an 8?
An 8.
All right. As maybe at like the midpoint during the day, everything's fine. It's a boring day. Not much is going on. And then a lightning storm begins to form overhead, and very quickly and very rapidly. Is there anybody in the crow's nest by chance? Just out of curiosity, any of the party in the crow's nest? Perfect. A bolt of lightning hits the mast of the ship, causing the mast to just go fall over onto the deck. Who's all on the deck when this happens?
It's like a random
Absolutely
storm, or
still
did we
sunbathing.
see it come in?
It just kind of
it's like
forms. It
pops
forms and
up.
you're sailing into it because it's the direction you have to go.
Oh, Antyr would be
Okay.
below deck.
All right, everybody who's on deck, make dexterity saving throws.
Dexterity saving throw.
I'm so good at these.
I'm not gonna say +5 because I'm gonna assume people are like scattered about on the deck,
Yeah.
not all huddled together.
I was actually having a very nice tea time with Grin
Okay,
during the
fine.
storm.
You're the only one who gets a +5.
Hopper claimed it.
Stout 9.
Natural 20 for a 29.
Okay. Torger
So Grin now is at the
avoids
back of holding.
any
shooting
lightning
you.
damage.
Oh my god!
Torger jumps as the elevator hits the ground. Like that.
All right. Vonkar, you take 14 points of lightning damage.
I take 7 points of lightning damage
Oh, did
because I
you-
got resistance to lightning
Did
today.
you do the thing that you did the thing today? Okay.
I've actually it's been lightning this whole time and I've never changed it.
Okay, cool.
It's
so you
never
get,
come up.
you get shocked, but it's not as like serious. What did I say damage was 14? 14.
Yeah.
Hopper, what'd you get?
It's like a pacemaker.
With the +5 is a 19.
All right. None to you. Grin.
15.
None to you. Doe.
18?
None to you. So Vonkar's the only one who gets electrocuted.
Hong is the grounding pole.
Somebody pick a number between 1 and 3.
3.
Perfect. It takes 3 days to repair the damages.
Yay!
Even with the aid
Yeah,
of
but-
magic.
Yeah, because we gotta get that ship
Yeah.
vertical again.
Because if you do it wrong, yeah, that means we're kind of
Yeah.
dead in the water.
All right, so you lose 3
But
days
there's, like,
repairing the
days.
mast. And that's
I
all.
assume
That's how
there's,
those
like,
3 days are
At
spent,
least
just
one
repairing
other
the mast.
sail.
There is, but they still got to fix it to get going.
Yeah.
During one of those days, during like some downtime,
Yeah.
Antyr is going to attempt some scrying.
Sure. I just got to update my tracker, so you'll arrive on possibly on that date, unless there's any more.
Hiccups.
Yeah. So now we're at
Antyr will-
15
yeah, Antyr
total.
will-
15 total days to get there.
Antyr will get with the group and ask them if there's any. Antyr already knows one thing that they want to attempt to scry on. Is there anything else? Any people, places that we want to attempt to scry on?
Would you, just so I can keep track of this, would you be doing this on the day the lightning hits, or
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
probably do this regularly because it's a 5th level spell, so I don't think.
okay?
Yeah.
Like starting
wait.
after the repairs.
Holy shit, Hopper.
We
And do we have that branch?
we still have the French.
I
Yeah,
hope
wait.
you still have the branch, otherwise you're wasting time.
Yes, I. Do you think I would have just tossed it into the ocean when you
Well,
went
no.
looking?
I don't know what you would do. Oh wait, no, never mind. I've never seen this place. Just kidding. I can't do that.
You saw it in murals.
Oh, that is true. Okay. So,
I'd say that counts.
shit. I'm gonna attempt the first scry. I'm going to attempt to scry on the Tree of Hope.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to use the. I know it won't help, but I'll try to use the branch as a focus.
That helps
to-
immensely.
Yeah, I will use the branch as a focus and a scry on the Tree of Hope.
Okay. I think if it's an object or a location, there's no save involved or roll involved.
Instead of targeting a creature, you can choose a location you've seen before as a target of the spell, which you do, the sensory appears at the location and doesn't move.
Okay.
So the base, Antyr's going to try to go for the base of the Tree of Hope.
Okay, that's fun. That's interesting. Not expected, but hey, it happens.
You just have to be ready for the
Let me pull up
crazy
another
shit I'm going to try to
document.
pull.
Let me just spoil.
It's good to be back, baby.
Let me just spoil a fun encounter. No, it's all good.
This is why I'm not playing a wizard next.
The base of the Tree of Hope.
Yes.
So you flash through this. You flash through essentially just reality itself, and you're immediately overcome by dread. Like a feeling of just overwhelming dread. And looking through the sensor, you see a ruined, shadowy city. Like, the structures are covered in writhing shadows. Like, everything is just blanketed in shadow. It's ancient, elvish architecture. And for a city that apparently fell out of the sky, it is remarkably intact. Concealed beyond this partially and nearly dispelled barrier of magic is a 10-foot-tall sapling. Its bark is a gnarled shade of ochre, contrasts against the shimmering golden foliage that adorns its branches. You can see a branch that has been broken off and is missing the rest of it. Surrounding the tree on the ground lie numerous corpses of humans and elves, preserved seemingly from ancient times. They're clad in hooded robes. Their gaunt forms reveal skin tightly stretched over bones, their mouths sewn shut. Lifeless, vacant eyes hold a slight violet hue, and each wears a golden amulet bearing a symbol, a hand with golden claws and an eye embedded directly in the palm. And it's like 30 or so bodies lying at the base of this tree. And the magical barrier that's around it is partially dispelled in places, but still kind of around. And you just see a shadowy city, and kind of... If you rotate the camera, like you're...
I can look all around.
Like you're playing a real-time strategy game, as you like rotate the camera, and you look to the south of this tree, you see a very, very tall, the only really kind of landmark, roughly, is a tall tower hewn from sleek, dark stone, culminating in a 5-pronged top made of solid gold. 4 of these prongs extend vertically, while the 5th protrudes horizontally from the tower's summit, almost like a hand. It's like a golden pronged tip of the tower that looks like a hand in its design, but it's not a hand. The prongs make it look like a hand.
Right.
Devoid of any windows, this tower seems untouched by the city's encroaching vegetation from the cursed forest just on the outskirts. A steep set of stone steps ascends to an arched front door, sturdy and painted jet black. And that's kind of what you see. Oh, you wouldn't see the stairs in the door. You kind of just see that tower in the distance. Tall, sleek, black stone. Kind of looks like the Tower of Barad-dûr, but much smaller in scale. And then the top of it is set with like a golden 5-pronged hand-looking construction. And then, you just keep rotating around. And it's just this. The tree is here. The Tree of Hope. It's like 10 feet tall. And there's like 30 or so bodies just kind of around it, all hooded with those amulets. Their mouths are sewn shut, and all of their eyes have like a slight violet hue to them. And then the scry ends. Good fucking job. Good idea.
Book is out, and they're like a journal and going to write everything they saw. Okay. Set the branch down. They don't have a.
I also don't. When you hold the branch, it does ping you the direction. I don't have the mileage at this moment.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. I'm not worried about that.
I am
Antyr
not
probably wasn't focused on that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
For the second, I feel like I am familiar with this creature by now, but Antyr is going to attempt to scry on Arcane's Bane.
Okay. Are you doing this on the same day? Like right after the tree? Okay.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
okay,
the mirror is
add
up.
that to the calendar. Antyr scryed on the Tree of Hope on this. Oh, you're doing this the day that the ship got hit by lightning, yeah?
The first day, as like I would say, the evening time. You know, winding down.
Yeah,
just go ahead and do this.
Okay, so you do that while everyone is repairing the ship.
Yeah.
And you're scrying on Arcane's Bane.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me pull up its stat block.
I have a 21 wisdom
You've
save.
seen it. You fought on it, or you've seen it in person, and you've seen it in a memory. I'd say that's familiar.
Yeah.
So that's.
So it has a roll. Technically, it has a roll of 26 because it has a -5 to the save. So
and it's a wisdom, right?
It is a wisdom, yeah.
-5.
5, yeah.
That's an 18 minus 5, 13.
13. My DC is a 21.
So you're also pulled through this. Fuck. Let me pull out another document. Yeah, okay. You see a familiar place, the Astral Sea. And you see kind of swimming through the Astral Sea this mile-long titan of a creature, this amalgamation of what looks like a whale and a shark and a mosasaurus kind of swimming through the Astral Sea. And you're just getting like a last second glimpse of it as it switches planes.
Ooh.
As you can see that it can open up portals of its own accord. And it's swimming through the Astral Sea, but there's something floating that it's currently in the process of like swimming around, so you don't get the full view of the creature, but it's swimming around what looks like a colossal 5-armed dead god floating in the Astral Sea, and it looks like a city has been built atop this ruined god. Sam knows what it is. You see a city built atop the ruined 5-armed god, and as someone who's from the Astral Sea in a way, you would know what this place is. Give me a sec while I find the name again of the city real quick. Again.
Saying hello to the villain of my last campaign, or 2 campaigns ago.
Yeah, essentially. Fuck. You do know, before I can find the name, that this is a city of Githyanki. Yeah. And yeah, I don't have the name right now. But you know, big old Githyanki city that's been built on, oh, here it is, Tunaroth. Built on the remnants of a dead 5-armed god. It's a floating mass surrounded by stony moats and drifting bergs. The buildings of the city occupy the entire surface as well as underneath the form of the dead god. Streets everywhere. And yeah, the 6 long arms of this god have been constructed into docking stations for spelljamming ships. And every single resident, all 100,000 Gith, float around the circumference of the city, all withered and having just been drained of all of their magical essence and vitality. The city is dead, all having been just consumed by Arcane's Bane as it opens up a rift into another plane and disappears, and you're shunted back onto the ship.
going to begin writing that as well.
Sam got that instantly. Cool. Yeah.
Sitting on a dead god? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We never got there in my
No,
campaign,
I
but it was
know.
going to be a very important location for all you.
And yeah, you get shunted back onto the ship after seeing that.
This will be discussed with the group. These two findings will be discussed with the group and during the evening time. Antyr will
Okay.
inform the group
So-
of what they witnessed.
Doe. You all gather at the evening on the first day of repairing the mast. Antyr describes the tree, and a memory comes back of you defending that tree when both the evil gods and good gods joined together to attack the city for some reason. For the first time and the only time the gods worked together to do it, to bring that city down from the sky. You remember defending that tree. You remember all of the hooded figures approaching the tree, and somebody leading them, talking, but you can't place their voice still. It's still discombobulated. It's still hard to decipher. Their visage is still blurred, but they're all advancing towards the tree as this memory comes back, thanks to Antyr. And then suddenly the city is like smote out of the sky. There's a scream, and that's when everything fades. But you have a memory. The tree, you were there, you defended it the day the city fell. And the tower that Antyr described, you described the tower too, like the landmark tower. The tower, you don't know why, but that tower for some reason holds significance to your past. Like deep significance, and you can feel it, kind of like an instinctual feeling that tower holds keys to your past, as Antyr describes what they saw of Dol Shadar.
Does Doe feel any feelings towards like wanting to hold like the branch that he was using?
Looking at the branch, it looks familiar too, but no desire to like touch it or anything. But it looks familiar, like the tree you defended, and a part of it is here now.
Antyr,
Yes.
Doe is trying to like get the words out.
thank you. We
And you see Doe, they picked up new human mannerisms for thinking, and they are using them, and they're like furrowing their brow, and they're like putting their hands together and stuff like that.
I was there for that. We fought for that tower. We have to get that tower. The royal we. I have to get into that tower.
Okay. We need to get there first. That was more information than I would have anticipated. We have a lot of work to do. If there's any other places that you would like me to look into, or people you would like me to attempt to search out, Vonkar, I know you have a niece. If you're worried or if you want to know her fate. Papa, I don't think I can reach out to your family, unfortunately.
To be honest, I don't think I can go back into that chapter.
Right. But if you have anything, any of you think of anybody or any place that you would like me to attempt to, I certainly will try. We have quite a trip.
Perhaps we could check in on Duergar, where Dax is. Help him in his search for them.
Do we have anything that was tied to Dax? Do we have that? Don't we have a weapon that they were using?
I mean, I got my sick ass Dax and Thranduil's art tattoo, but I don't think that's gonna help in this situation.
Blurs it out. Don't we have that?
It has
I
your
thought we
fucking
had.
weapon on it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I don't think
I
that
think
axe.
it's in Hilda. Wasn't the
Did you?
axe
Would you have like
Dax's?
given Druck Dax's belongings before he left, or?
I would imagine
That's a
so,
question
yeah.
for. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, then no.
I think we have the axe in Hildesvini though.
No, if you would have
so-
given it back to Druck, then you
Yeah.
don't.
Okay. Alright.
You have nothing belonging to Dax.
Oh, what the
Mhm.
fuck?
But we have met them in the first person. We know them personally. It could help out.
Ah, no,
We have one of Druck's arms, I think.
They're drug skin.
When you
Gee.
say
Struck
arms,
facial-
like arms or like arms?
Arms.
we had an arm, yeah.
Weird stuff happened.
I think his
Yeah.
I think
Fucky
his
shit
right
happened.
arm got cut off at one point.
No, this was a different version of Druck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it wouldn't help.
It would not. Help.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll looking into them. But if y'all think of anything else, I'll try to do as much as I can.
Okay.
Antyr,
Yes.
is it okay if I copy your description?
And Doe pulls out the book that their dad gave them at the start with everything that has like
Yeah.
the pamphlet to like the start of everything.
Is it okay if I write down your description so I can try to draw them? It's bothering me.
And you see Doe is just like, when you have like that word on the tip of your fingers, that is what is happening to them with trying to place this voice and the face.
Mhm.
And they are trying to do anything to get it out. So with Antyr's description of what
Mhm.
they saw and everything, and Doe is just asking permission before they start.
Sure. Have at it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And Doe has like they have their one book in their one hand, the pen in their tongue, and the other book in the other, and they are
Shit.
multitasking to the best.
Okay. Okay. I fucked up my calendar. So yeah, still like, even with Antyr's description and everything, still no idea on who the mysterious person is.
But Doe seems to maybe know.
That's me telling Doe.
Oh. Yeah.
And you just see Doe trying to scribble out like a million different other sketches, just trying every potential combination.
Yeah, nothing.
And then they just give the book back to Antyr.
Thank you, Antyr. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
Okay. Anything else for this day aside from repairing the mast?
I think Hopper just spends most of the time repairing the mast.
Okay. Works for me. Okie dokie.
Whenever somebody gets awful sunburn, the shuffleboarding grandpa, Doe very much is just, very nicely cure woundsing him to make sure he's not too toasty at the end of the day so he can sleep.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, compared to the pain Vonkar was used to for a couple hundred
Yeah.
years, sunburn's nothing.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
But the lesser restoration helps.
Also,
True.
he's just trying to get a base.
Alright.
Darker shade of gray.
Yeah.
After working on repairing the mast as best you can on today, You all gain the benefits of a long rest once again. And it's another day, I assume, of just trying to fix them sails.
Yes.
Okay.
I think for this day, I'm gonna try fishing or casting out nets, things like that, so that since we aren't moving anywhere, you know, might as well try to get some fresh fish. Something not salted. So
are you proficient in fishing tackle, which is now a tool in D&D?
I'm proficient in nets.
True.
That is very true, yeah.
Okay.
Casting.
Make a survival check and add your proficiency bonus.
His job is nets.
It's true. And desks.
Desk and
Tables. His job is.
Oh, it's tables, not desks. Yeah.
I was
Oh.
making a Kirby reference. I was saying, Ken, my job is beach.
Oh, right.
So
I was making. I
plus
think you
4
should.
to the,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Both are great.
That was a natural 1.
Oh, the
Oh,
net.
no.
Yeah.
The net is lost in the ocean and
Yeah.
sinks.
You just don't attach it to anything. You just throw it right into the ocean.
The
How
amount
do you
of
get it
people that
back?
I've seen do that actually just
Yeah,
eat their
the night
fucking
was-
shit. You're like,
He throws it out there. It's just like, and then thinks a bit, and it's like,
Hey, Grin. How are you going to get your net back?
that was a bad nap.
Are you sure it was a great? It was a good throw. I assumed you are trying to catch something.
hey, Grin.
No?
That wasn't
You
the
can
net
turn
we
me
need.
into. You have the ability to turn people into creatures, right?
Yeah.
You know there's birds that are skilled with diving into the water and retrieving fish.
No, I don't know those.
There are.
But I can turn you into a whale if you want. Or a shark. I've seen
I-
those.
As soon as you mention turning Antyr into a whale, Captain Tono looks at you. Fuck the mast.
Someone can pull the boat? Is that what you're saying? Oh, would that work?
It only works for an hour.
Oh.
That's fine. No, wait,
could
never
actually-
mind. That won't work.
Wait. I mean, it would certainly get us more. It would certainly get us more distance. What's the movement speed on a sailing ship again?
You know. Stuff.
Probably not as fast as a whale, which is 60
Yeah, they-
feet
Swim speed.
without a dash.
Sailing ship moves 5 miles per hour, 120 miles per day. It doesn't
5
have. It doesn't have
miles.
5 feet, so I think it's 50 feet. 5 miles would be 50 feet.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how it's like, so yeah, like for like 30 feet it's like 3 miles I think an hour. I don't know. The math for this stuff is dumb.
Yeah. It's
Hold on. I got 5 miles per hour and feet per second is 7 times 6. It's about 36 actually.
Oh,
Nice.
So a whale would be faster, certainly, for that amount of time.
For an hour, yeah. Travel 30 miles in an hour on a ship.
Okay, it won't make much of a difference then in terms of the
No.
day's voyage.
I mean, it could cut off like half a day, but
before my net sinks.
Oh,
did
and
you
that's
really-
gone.
People are we're having a discussion. It's like,
we're having a hypothetical
Yeah.
discussion and the net's just gone.
Antyr's gonna go. Gosh, I was gonna go below deck, gather up some nets for Grin. I was
It's
gonna
just
do fucking
happy.
do fabricate. You
It's
create a
just
new
happy
net for
that
Grin.
Grin's happy that it wasn't the net that Antyr and him made. It was his old net that he just lost, not the new one.
Okay.
With Grin's assistance, could Antyr do fabricate and make like a better net, like a reinforced net? You know how they have like The idea is to raise up potentially the health of it, so that somebody can just immediately slash through it. Be like
yeah, sure.
a slightly metal, like
Yeah.
if there's a faint bit of metal coating on
Yeah, sure.
on the outside to make it heavier.
Yeah.
And harder to
Made out
destroy.
of nylon instead of
or like
hemp.
little metal fibers woven into
Yeah.
the regular rope
Yeah.
fibers.
You can do that.
Cool. We'll spend time doing that, so I'll do fabricate on that.
Perfect.
Awesome.
That'll be Grin and Antyr's downtime after hours,
Alrighty.
after the repairs and shit.
Alrighty. So yeah, more repairs are being done. Grin, you get a new net. It is really just another day of working on the sails, kind of collectively, if you guys want to get it fixed.
Arcane Hand is trying to lift up. The first time they've seen this, it's essentially as the Magic's Reach goes out, you just watch as it just goes boom, 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 and it just expands into a much larger version of Antyr's hand that just grabs, because it's a 28, I think, strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 26, a +8 strength for this hand. So Antyr's
Yeah.
never felt stronger in their life.
And then
yeah.
Hopper's going around with his smithing and woodcarver's tools, making and inputting like all the nails that they need for the bracing, and casting mending
Okay.
to reinforce.
Alrighty.
I can run vertically up the mast, but also has telekinesis to help move stuff to where it goes like
Yeah.
the.
Alright.
We're all
So
adding
you're setting up all the pole lines to lift it up.
You know what? I'll say with all the magical help, it'll cut the. This will make it the last day of repairs.
I was gonna say,
Hell yeah.
for brief periods of time, Vonkar can go full embiggened and like just hold
Yeah.
stuff up.
I forgot. Yeah,
Nice.
that helps immensely. So yeah.
He gets a minute, but he can just like pick up the mast, put it back in place, and be like, "All right, nail it in."
Alrighty.
Yeah. We have
Yeah.
to do
Joe's
it.
just been giving some good bardic inspiration to them all, just hyping them up.
I think it takes 2 days because the first time Vonkar put it in and like Hopper like screwed it in and they looked at it, it was like off center. They're like, shit, we gotta do it again.
You gotta rotate it because it wasn't in the right.
Put it in
Bruce.
perpendicular, it's sideways.
We're all
Wait,
looking
we
at
put-
our work at the end of the first day.
We put it in sideways, and we're like, damn it, we gotta do it again. Then we finished doing it again, and the captain was like, that's held onto the ropes, right? We could have just turned it, and we're like, now you tell us.
Yeah, well, while that's all being done, I would like to try getting another net out.
Alright, if you roll another natural one, you're gonna lose another net.
Okay,
Go for it.
that's fair. Let's go. Come on! You said
Come
it was
on.
a +4 to whatever this roll
Survival,
was.
yeah.
Ugh. 11.
11. Kabloop.
Okay.
And now you know to pull it back this time.
Well,
Or get it back.
know
There's a
to
rope
have it
probably.
tied up
There's a rope
somewhere,
probably on it.
yeah.
Yeah. Alright. 11. Okay. You feel a tug on the net and you pull it up, and there's like 4 or so tiny little weird
Movers.
like flying fish in the net.
Oh, okay. I'll pull them up onto the
And there's like
onto
flopping
the
around.
boat and just have them flopping around on the deck. Just see what people think. See what the sailors think and stuff.
Sailors all like look at the flying fish like, oh, fresh fish. Oh shit. And they slowly begin to like advance towards the flopping fish.
Yeah, it's for them.
And they just start like grabbing them and just gutting them on the deck, throwing the guts towards Antyr just absent-mindedly, and then just eating them raw and wriggling.
Giggling.
But yeah,
I was like, why did that sound so familiar?
you catch some fish, and the most of the day is taken up rebuilding the mast and sails. Morale's a little better though, because it's not just salted fish and booze. For your 4th day at sea, but 2nd day sailing,
Jeez.
Somebody roll a d10.
I got it.
Not me. Oh, I love how we're going in Zoom call order.
Right down the middle. A 5.
5.
It's a boring, uneventful day, and
Thank God.
near the end of the day, you can hear like one of the sailors say, "Oh, if you guys want to see something cool, look over to the left side."
Starboard.
And if you look over the left side, you can see a pod of dolphin, a pod of like 30, a pod of like 6 or so dolphins are like swimming alongside the ship.
Cool.
Grin, mark that down for your, because I could, if you need for fishing, we can.
Oh,
This is perfect.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, let's see if there's a stat block for that.
There is. I think there's a dolphin stab block somewhere.
Edit.
Oh, those are gorgeous. And Doe is just taken out, writing some notes on these things that are called dolphins, and they have spelled it DOLLFINS because they're just like,
Okay. They don't look very doll-like, but I do see the fins.
Taking it literally. All right.
Alrighty.
Wow. That was great.
And I think that's been 3 encounters. I don't want to roll one for every single day because it would get monotonous.
That is fine.
So, as you all spend the rest of the voyage fishing, working on the deck, helping sail when the wind is bad or the wind is good, and helping, maneuver the ship. "14 days total into..." No, wait, that's not right. "13 days into..."
Nearly a full quarter of the campaign length so far.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just under 2 weeks on this ship.
Damn.
In the distance, a devastated continent comes into view, with smoldering chunks of the land that have partially sunk beneath the waves. As the ship sails closer, various recent shipwrecks dot the waters ahead. Hundreds of bodies just floating in the water, being picked at by seabirds and other aquatic life. The crew look very concerned, like they haven't seen this before. The ship slowly begins to pull into a bay and docks near a massive ruined tower that appears to have once housed an entire city. Beyond the tower stretches a land of gray rock, dust, and stone that looks like it was once a forested land. Fragments of ruined terrain and long dead bodies suspended in the air by some form of magic. Newly made craters scar the landscape far and wide, and in the distance a massive chunk of the old moon juts out from the ground, and the continent shows no life anywhere. And in the distant horizon, you see an expansive, dark forest, just like a tiny little dot on the horizon. And that's where we're going to go to break. And we'll pick up back there in 10 minutes with you all landing on Esselvyre.
Woo woo!
Where it all began.
True.
During that voyage, once per day, I would have been able to turn anybody into a dolphin, shark, or sperm whale if they so requested.
Perfect.
So,
Man,
so
one
if
of
you
us could
want,
have been a
all of you
dolphin.
if you want, either of you can log into your character that you were once one of those things for a period of time.
my hand is a dolphin.
But we'll pick up
Could have been a
there.
dolphin to get your thing back.
We'll pick up there in 10 minutes or so as you all disembark the ship, take Cornelius in the wagon, and do more travel. 10 minutes. I will end the recording right now. So,
Another dwarf who's good at wrestling.
There we go. The ship lands near this ruined city. You can see like motes of rock and stone and bodies kind of floating through the air, like by some sort of weird anti-gravitational sort of effect. The land is like pockmarked with pieces of the moon when it fell, and then that's beyond this spot. That's beyond this spot. You can see the pieces of the moon where they have created craters. This region looks like it was destroyed a little longer ago by a meteor storm, we could say. Captain Tono looks out at the devastated and lifeless continent and just goes, slurring again, "You sure this is where you want to go? This is the only dock, so..."
What's the
Yep.
stick say?
Okay. Well,
Hopper, what's the stick say?
That direction. Just using it like the Inigo Montoya sword, finding the tree.
the stick says 360 miles northwest.
Exactly 360 miles northwest.
360 no scope.
How, do you think we could get closer by going around?
There's nowhere else to. There are no other docks or places to dock around the exterior of the continent last time we checked, and it would take longer to sail around than it would for overland travel.
Oh, okay.
And also, I don't really want to stick around here. Look around at all like devastation and all the shipwrecks.
We do have our steel wagon, and Cornelius back with us, so we don't have to walk the whole way.
Yeah. If there's a path.
If you look on Owlbear, there's a map.
Yeah. How? How?
Whoa!
We might need you to get back.
I'm not sticking around. I don't know how long we'll have to wait. It was, sorry, it was nope. Not sticking around here. This looks bad.
Alice?
Didn't say anything about there and back.
It's fine, we'll handle it.
Alright.
Knowing our luck as the fate touched of the world, we will find our own way back to where we need to go.
Perfect. Good luck. Here's some salted.
Hopper says, kind of sarcastically.
Here's some salted fish for the road. And they just give you a barrel full of it.
Yeah,
Merci. Bon voyage.
Mercy buckets.
There's like crackling, like purple, like static electricity in the air in this region. He's like, yeah, good luck. It was a pleasure sailing with you all. Thanks for repairing the mast. You just see that there's like a couple bodies that just kind of float by.
When they float by, can we tell what the cause of death is on some?
No, they're in pieces, roughly.
Okay.
And it's old. They're old bodies. And
Got
judging
it.
by the landscape, it looks like something big crashed here and caused big explosion.
Cool.
So maybe
Right.
something, and then beyond you can see where pieces of the moon have like hit beyond this region when it fell.
Good luck.
You as well. His sailing confidence has vanished very quickly at the hundreds of shipwrecks dotting the water that look fresh, and just the devastation. He's like, yep. And then like
all right.
looks at the crew to like get the anchor up, and they begin to sail off. Ooh, and hit one of the shipwrecks as they're going, but maintain and keep going.
All right.
You can get Cornelius set up with the new goblin-made, kind of jagged metal wagon that's got like straw padding and cushioning where people could sit. And I assume Vonkar would be steering, as he's the one proficient, and Cornelius is your little guy.
Yeah. How you doing, buddy? How's it been? How's it going?
It's been weird. I've been stuck in a hag's hiding place.
How's that been?
Kind of nice, actually.
Oh, really?
A lot of animals for me to eat, which is new for me.
Yeah, how is it being a carnivore now?
Very fun.
Oh,
Everything tastes better.
Oh.
No more hay's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can eat rabbits and stuff, and you know. Oh, not you though, Hopper.
Thank you, Cornelius,
I couldn't
for
eat-
your consideration.
I couldn't eat something that talks back to me.
I couldn't eat something that looks like me, so
Perfect. And Cornelius, gets all like cuddled up into the wagon, bridle and everything. You can start your way to the continent of Esselvyre. And yeah, it's just devastated. You're moving through like the ruins of this city region, completely destroyed, nothing left, all like it's been vaporized completely. Hundreds, thousands of bodies kind of floating through the air, like gravity is non-existent. And occasionally there's like a crackling of purple static in the air. And Cornelius can travel 3 hexes a day.
Ooh. That's my boy.
Nice.
And somebody give me a time of day. Morning, evening, night. Evening or night, rather.
Evening.
Storm begins to form overhead, with thick gray clouds and more flashes of the purple electricity. Static charges rise from the ground, causing loose stones to levitate and join the floating chunks of land and bodies in the air. And you all kind of feel a tingling sensation. But because you're in the wagon, no one is pulled up into the air.
And you should.
And you keep going. And that storm lasts for 30 seconds before it just... Or no, it lasts for 12 seconds before it completely dissipates. And your day would come to an end roughly about 8 hours into the trek through this like weird landscape of floating bodies. You're still very much in the landscape of floating bodies and terrain, but you can see Cornelius is starting to get a little haggard.
We traveling on like a path that
It looks like there's like
a road.
the slightest remnant of a road that weaves through here.
So it's like an overgrown
Yeah.
road.
More so, just you can spot the road beneath all of the dust and stone and destruction. And Cornelius seems to be following that. And yeah, there's just gray wasteland as far as the eye can see.
Every
For
time
miles.
their like bodies keep coming into view, if they're
Yeah,
more
they
like
occasionally just keep like
intact,
floating, like maybe a couple feet just above the wagon, just like.
Joe's looking to see if there are like any like hooded figures going on, any like more recognizable like Mimicborn
No,
or anything.
no.
They're just
People.
if they're floating by
Mhm.
and they get close to the wagon, if they touch it, do they just kind of bounce off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bodies that kind of like bounce into the side of the wagon and just kind of float over the wagon like if it's a minor obstruction. None of them like hit anything.
Like it's not like they hit it and it's like
No, they just keep it's like they bounce off and they keep floating. Like they're in zero gravity kind of deal. And yeah, Cornelius would kind of... You guys cool if we just stop right here amongst these ruins, or should I keep going?
Oh, sounds good to me.
And
Can I
he-
send regret to... Oh wait, we didn't want to. I can send regret to go scope it out if we need to.
Like the it's not, I wouldn't call it ruins. It's like where like some stone and like shattered buildings have kind of like collapsed onto each other. Ruins is the best way. Debris is the best way to describe it.
Okay. I'll keep regret 100 feet ahead.
Okay.
To keep an eye out, so just in range to where the connection is still there.
Are you looking through their eyes?
You know what? Fuck it. Might as well, because
Yeah,
we're on
it's
a
just
thing now.
Just a lot of dead bodies floating through the air that regret is like weaving through while they're flying. Just assorted lineages, judging on the state of decay and whatnot, like 4 decades old.
We know the direction, right? Because we have the
branch. Yeah.
The branch. Can I make sure to keep an eye out in that horizon?
Still, still very much northwest towards that distant forest that you can see like as a blip on the horizon.
Okay. Gonna try to keep an eye out for the first signs of that tower if it shows up.
Okay. Yeah, so Cornelius will like pull up to where like all these kind of the slightest bit of cover from the elements of this weird like gravity storm is, and Regret just sees these bodies floating through the air and not much else in this area. It's still a lot of this like desolate zero gravity kind of wasteland. However, when they're flying around, they do have to like fight the elements a little bit. Like occasionally it's like they're almost like getting lifted up into the air too, and you kind of get a sense if getting off the wagon you might join the floaters, so to call it.
Oh no. Okay. That sounds terrible.
We're making camp?
It's up to you guys.
Question.
Embark.
Yep.
How big is the wagon?
Big enough for everybody to sleep in.
So like.
Big enough for a
could
tiny
you
hut.
It's big enough for
Yeah.
tiny hut? Okay, thank you, because it's been a while. Doe's just looking around and they're just like, their fingers have just been itching. And you just see them take out their little hand drum and they just start doing a little bit of a tune on the drum and just taking a minute. And after a minute or so, some funky beats on the drum with their fingers, a fucking tiny hut appears on the wagon.
Okay.
And everybody,
Beautiful.
including obviously Antyr's familiar, can get inside.
Perfect.
Because that would be very rude if they could not.
Okay. So a tiny hut forms in the back of the wagon, protected from the elements. The weird bodies now, as they float by, they bump into the tiny hut and kind of like roll over it as they're floating around it. So occasionally you hear like the occasional like dong as a body kind of bounces off of it and just kind of floats away. Some of the faces that are intact are screaming, but like not like actually screaming. That's just like the expression that they died in. So like one kind of hits the dome, and it starts like squeaking alongside the dome as it rolls away. Just in like an open mouth, silent scream, just and then floats away.
It's like we're in a snow globe. I love it.
Essentially, yeah, but the effects of the snow globe are on the outside.
Yeah, Grin's going to sleep.
Alright. I guess is everybody. Anyone to keep him watch, or is it all just, oh, the dome's fine, well, nap time?
I think we can trust the dome. Dome's never
Yeah.
led us astray before.
That's true. Alright.
Knock on wood. Knocks on the wagon.
Knock on dome.
Knock on dome. All right.
I think Hopper's gonna take a first watch, quote unquote, but spend most of the time studying the magic around the shield, around his new shield, trying to figure out what enchantments are on it.
Like the shield you got from...
where is it? The Moonrot shield.
Yeah. Okay.
I know he's identified it, but he wants to learn more about the magic behind it.
Okay.
Maybe trying to figure out if he can trace who enchanted it, or like start that journey.
I will say no. Impossible to figure out who made it.
Cool.
Because it's just that rare, and that person who made it didn't make a lot of them.
Okay. And he's just gonna
Just that
study
it's-
it and trying to learn the
just
magical
that it's-
signature.
It's innately magical, so the material is innately magical, which means it didn't require any enchantment whatsoever. And it's a material that you are not familiar with in any way whatsoever, and you cannot identify what that material is.
Cool.
A certain adventuring party know what material it is,
Yeah.
but you do not.
Okay, cool.
But
That's more than I thought I would get, so I'll take it.
actually, yeah, there are pieces of the moon, the old moon, kind of laying around this air region in like craters and stuff. And as you like look around, sometimes the fragments of the moon writhe a little bit, like the shield. And maybe a part of you thinks the shield was made from something on the old moon. But that's about it.
Would I be able to go and grab some of those smaller pieces?
You would know. I assume Antyr would have relayed. If you get off the wagon, you will join the gravity storm and begin to float away.
Oh, okay.
Don't do that.
That's a bummer. Because I really want some of those pieces, because maybe I could...
I will
make
say you
something
would not be able to make anything with it. You do not have the knowledge to do so. No.
Okay.
You look at the moon is the material that's like writhing, and you would have no idea how to even begin to work the material as it like moves about and stuff.
Okay.
Only one person in the world has the knowledge of working with that material.
Then I'm gonna take out the great axe and try to fuck around with the blade of it.
Okay.
Just see what I can learn with experimenting with it for like an hour or so.
Okay.
But that's probably as far as I can get.
Yeah, you don't...
Just learning all that.
Yeah, wouldn't get much proficiency with a great axe, you would have proficiency with a great axe as you're a fighter.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't really learn anything. The great axe is made of the same material.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
And I guess if that's it... Everyone gets the benefits of a long rest, once again. As long as everybody stayed in the dome, no one wakes up floating away. And Cornelius gets lashed up again. He's eating something, and then continues on. Hex 6, yeah, that'd be the next one. Somebody else pick a time of day.
Mid-afternoon.
Okay. As you can follow the vaguest remains of a road that kind of moves through this region, you come around a bend and you can see 12 figures, the first like living things you've seen on this continent so far, standing in the middle of the road, facing away from you and staring straight ahead. They seem to be gathered around a fragment of the old, shattered black moon protruding from the ground. From behind, they appear to be ordinary people, dressed in tattered and dirty clothes of varying ages and genders. And as the wagon kind of approaches slowly, all the figures, without turning or facing, they all slowly step aside, clearing the road, while maintaining their forward gaze towards that piece of the moon that's sticking out of the ground. And you just begin to pass by them They don't do anything. They just keep staring.
Wonderful weather we're having.
They don't say anything. Anybody like look back at them to try to like communicate as you're passing?
Have regret fly around.
Okay.
Better
Anyone who
view their face.
like, I assume Grin was like turning around to talk to them as you're passing by.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it seems like a natural motion.
Yeah,
Just be like,
I agree. Okay. So you like glance back to as you're talking to them. Their eyes are wide open, and their faces contorted into painful, wide smiles. Tears, thick and black like oil, stream down their cheeks as they just stare ahead at the piece of the moon. And as a bit of wind blows across this barren wasteland, and as it does, the figures just disappear in the wind and are gone, just leaving that piece of the moon about 10 feet off the road. And the gravity storm doesn't appear to be happening right now. The bodies are still floating around, but there isn't like that static charge in the air that you all felt.
How big is that moon rock? Sorry, Vonkar.
Yeah, what did Vonkar say?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, we are stars in the wind.
The moon rock, the piece of moon is probably like 20 feet in diameter.
Oh.
And just like a jagged chunk just sticking out of the ground. And it's the same color as the moon, so it's like it's like a grayish black, porous, cratered piece of stone just sticking out of the ground.
Are there any moon rock pebbles around?
Nope, just this big chunk sticking out of the ground.
I'll leave it alone.
Okay. Everybody else leaving it alone?
yeah,
Thought
we
Hopper,
got places.
thought
to go.
Hopper was keen on figuring out what this stuff
New material.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I could have.
Yeah, do it.
Antyr.
Hmm.
Could I have some assistance in some material gathering?
Sure.
I'm gonna pull up my shield. So this shield is made of the same or similar material as what is scattered around our camp,
Mm-hmm.
but because this is more refined than the natural materials that I assume are scattered around us, I was wondering if I could borrow your Magus Reach to help me gather materials.
Sure.
Why are you blinking so much? It is very
Because
unsettling.
you want the small hand or do you want the large hand?
The small hand would be enough, I assume.
I mean, if you want to break up some of these moon pieces.
I will say this big piece of the moon isn't writhing like the smaller pieces.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
It's just like a big hunk of the moon that's just sticking out of the ground that
Mhm.
all these figures were staring at before they disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all weeping like black tears while, contorted into
Think-
painful smiles.
I think the smaller
sounds
pieces would be
great.
best.
All right. Magistrate will begin plucking pieces and bringing them over to Hopper.
It's one big solid piece, the chunk.
Mm.
Oh. Oh, I don't think you want to use that then, Hopper. Do you?
I mean, we could try to chip off a few pieces.
Oh, I got the tool for the job. Pulls out Shatter Spike.
Yeah, you'd be the one.
Just looking at Shatterspike, could I tell if it would be enough to possibly break this material based on
No.
the shield?
You have no idea.
No? I mean, we could try it, but you could also try this, and I pull out the Great Axe. It is made of the same stuff. Perhaps it can crack. I do not want you to ruin your sword, Green.
No, my sword. This sword's sturdy. It's meant to take apart stuff.
Right, have at it.
All right, let's go.
Alright, so who's all going towards?
I'm
Who's
gonna get you back for the backpack.
Okay, so is it just Grin flying up to the rock then?
Yeah, Grin's flying
Okay.
out to the rock.
As
and
you
he's
begin to get closer to it, you feel this overwhelming sense of anguish and sadness. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Hello.
Come on, Grin. You're good at those.
And no one is
right?
aware of what's happening to Grin as Grin kind of flies off
Yeah.
towards it.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 26.
26. Okay. You still feel that anguish and sadness, but you get right up to it. Alright, as you go to swing at it, this like shadowy tendril kind of seeps out of the moon and grabs the weapon and kind of parries it away. And then back into the rock.
Grin will kind of like straighten up and then look over his shoulder at Hopper.
Hopper does like a.
You all would have seen Grin's sword, like the tendril come out and slap the sword away.
Oh, okay.
There's like
Try again. You're strong.
Do you want this? Do you want me to throw this to you? And I'm holding up the great axe.
Where did this tendril come from?
From inside the hunk of the moon rock.
Okay, so I went to go swing at it, and the tendril went ping.
Yeah, it came out
Or,
and like parried the sword, yeah, and then went back
slapped
into the
it away.
moon. It went back into the piece and disappeared. I need another wisdom saving throw from you.
Ooh, that's not gonna do it, Chief. 12.
12. As you're looking at this, you blink and, oh, thank God, it was just a nightmare, all this nonsense. This rock, the creepy people on the road, Antyr, they're all just nightmares. Bad dreams.
Okay.
You blink your eyes and you're back home in the Rose Court. And you're helping Papa with a project. Making
Cool.
a skin suit for somebody. Papa, you are helping out as you always do. But you make a little tiny mistake and you accidentally rip the skin.
Fiddlesticks.
And you... Papa speaks to you with anger and venom, but no words are coming out. You just get the intent of venom and anger towards you, disowning you, saying you're a failure for not keeping the creep in check.
No.
Should have sent somebody better.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's your fault that he was petrified, and your fault he was stuck in stone. Your fault that all this stuff happened to him. And if only you were better, things would have been different. And then you snap out of it, and you're still like hovering, and you're still standing in front of the stone.
He's gonna cry. Fall to his knees.
All right, you all see Grin fall to his knees. Grin, as you're crying, you can see black oil-like teardrops.
I'm gonna look over
Grin,
his
is
shoulder
everything
again.
alright?
Grin looks.
He looks over his shoulder at everyone.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah,
You guys
come
see
back.
Grin crying black tears like the people on the road.
Yeah, come on back. Get away from that.
Grin? Are you alright?
Gonna try to get back up and then
Mhm.
kind of like sad, like make his way, try to make
Yeah,
his way
you
back.
can make your way back.
Okay.
I'm imagining like you've seen those like sad creatures just like floating and their wings are only carrying them and their feet are just like dragging across the ground. But their whole body's like slumped, it's just their wings.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just the wings carrying.
But yeah, Grin returns to the wagon, just tears, black tears, just like the people on the road running down his face.
Okay, we're not touching things like that ever again. And Hopper, your creativity and intrigue will be stifled for a bit. All right.
We will find more along the way. I'm sorry, Grin. I didn't mean for that to happen to you. I apologize.
It's the saddest thing ever.
Do you want a hug?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oliver's gonna do like an very awkward, like trying to be like the over-the-shoulder dad hug, but there's like a 4-foot difference between the two of them, so he's just like,
You see all the arms and legs like fold up, so he's like compressed into like a very small space.
What happened?
Mon ami. It's
Yeah, what
alright.
happened? Tell us.
That's our bad stuff.
Oh. Stuff
Do you
that...
want to talk about it?
No.
Is it stuff that would help us, or is it stuff that would really only affect you?
No, it's a bad rock.
Alright.
Hello, buddy.
The tears eventually like turn back to normal.
I have been closed.
Alright. If anybody wants to gather up any items, you do it yourself.
Doe's gonna take out from their bag Eternia's Echo, that headless doll,
Yeah.
and they're gonna offer it towards Grin.
You
Nope.
see Grin like kind of hugging the the teddy bear backpack.
You know, when I ever do need a hug, hugging her really does seem to help.
This is like a doll head that's like missing an eye.
Oh, it's a
right?
doll that's missing a head.
Oh. Oh. Alright. Well, that's nice. That's real sweet.
And when you hold them, it starts to emit a gentle, soothing melody that calms troubled minds and eases emotional burdens, allowing those nearby to find respite from sorrow and regain clarity of thought.
Oh, wow. That's really nice.
Yeah, the doll somehow
as-
sings to you headlessly.
La 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 la. That's what a headless doll would sound like. God.
On brand.
Terrible.
Yeah, welcome to the horror continent, essentially.
That's
I'm
not
so
what it
happy
sounded
I
like
finally
before.
got to use this.
Yeah. Grin will, like, fix posture. Looks better.
Okay. As you continue then, away from the weird hunk of moon, it's mid-afternoon, but the sky darkens rapidly, like shadows are kind of obscuring the sun. And the road, it's like instant nightfall out of nowhere. You all kind of feel the sensation of being watched, except for Vonkar. Vonkar doesn't feel shit. And as the wagon kind of trundles on down the road, you all blink, and as the blink fades, the edges of a dark city of ancient elven architecture can be seen peeking through the densely clustered trees that you now find yourselves in. Nowhere near any forests, but now suddenly you're moving through a forest and approaching a city. The city is large, potentially rivaling the City of Embers in terms of scale. Doe. Somehow in the blink of an eye, the shadows have taken you and your friends to Dol Shadar. The stories tell that the city fell from the sky, but it appears to be almost entirely intact, with a handful of the larger buildings partially collapsed and ruined. Shadows seem to have some form of sentience here, as if they're creeping out from dark alleyways through the city gates to get a glimpse at the living entering the city. Just through the gates is where you currently are, sprawled out across what looks like the main street of the city, is the colossal remains of a dead dragon, the bones resembling charcoal in terms of color. Its body rests at the base of a large granite fountain and a guard tower. and you all feel this overwhelming feeling of being watched by every direction. The only one who doesn't feel it again is Vonkar. And yeah, somehow, when those shadows rolled over in the blink of an eye, you were taken to Dol Shadar.
Oh no.
Creeping through the city gates, partially collapsed city gates, flanked by 50-foot tall statues of stoic armored elves, their stone forms draped in vines and dark moss. The colossal black skeleton of this dragon winds its way down the main thoroughfare, coming to the rest at the base of this guard tower and fountain. Spoilers, it's the dragon you all fought in Beneath the Tide. The Shadow Dragon. A constant, pervasive feeling of being watched presses upon you, as if eyes are on you from every direction again, Vonkar completely oblivious to the sensation.
I love the little taglines on the end of all of these, and except for Vonkar.
Yeah, just so you know. The streets are paved with slightly cracked cobblestones, and despite the city's fall from the sky thousands of years ago, remarkably intact. From one of the dark alleyways, you can hear a clattering of heavy objects, followed by rapid footfalls moving away from you, echoing from that alleyway. Antyr, you can see the tower maybe an hour away through the city that you saw in your scry. And yeah, you all can hear somebody, like, what sounds like somebody, knock over some heavy objects in an alleyway and then running away. To maybe 20, 25 feet away, and they're just running.
Let's go.
Alright.
Some people still there. Okay.
Alright, you fly after, and moving towards the source of the noise, Grin, you spot a human man hiding behind an ancient wooden wagon. He appears to be in his early to mid-40s, with shoulder-length black hair streaked with gray, and a beard also tinged with gray. Violet-colored eyes. He is wearing a set of old, stained purple robes, with a purple sash draped across his shoulder, where a silver pin depicting a tower wreathed in flames is fastened, which is similar to the logo that is on the front cover of Doe's book from the Ember Athenium. On his left hand is a ring that is horned in black, the pin matches the one that Doe has on their book, and the man looks incredibly frightened, as if he hasn't had a good sleep in years. Don't hurt me, please. Looking at Grin, as the rest of you, I would assume, catch up.
Oh, not so hurt though.
You all see this clearly just terrified, early 40s to mid 40s human man. Just
using a second level spell slot, I'm gonna do calm emotions.
Kind of relaxes a little bit, but still very much on edge, looking around.
Yeah.
Are you alive?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we're
are.
alive.
Are you alive?
I hope so. Yeah, last I checked.
Do you know what's happened here?
Yeah. City's cursed. People can't get out once they enter. Everybody knows the city's cursed. That's why my mentor and I came here to study it. How do you not know?
How long have we been here?
My mentor Cassigan and I came here to study the ancient city, learn how it fell from the sky. He's he's going through his memories, trying to recollect what happened. We're trying to figure out how it fell, what happened in the city's final days. That was 26 years ago. My mentor disappeared not long after we arrived, and I've been trapped here ever since. The cursor, whatever it is, won't let me leave. I've tried passing through the gates, but I just can't. There's a barrier blocking me. So I've been living.
What's your name?
Oh, sorry. Caven Idris. Caven. Caven. Idris. Edryss. Caven Idris, junior researcher for the Ember Athenium. Was junior. I don't think I'm a junior anymore. Who are you all? Again, what
we
are you?
also Fonkey Casuals.
Why would you come here?
Because we were drawn to it for reasons.
Oh, well, yeah, I've been here for 26 years. I've been held up in a tavern in the basement cellar, eating rats. At least those are
This
still...
is a very important question for you, Kevin. Is there still alcohol in the town?
No.
So quick.
No. That's long gone. I came here
I
with my
would think
mentor.
less of you if it wasn't.
I came here with my mentor, Cass, again. And he went to go investigate that. And he points towards the tower in the distance with like this gold 4-pronged or 5-pronged looking hand-like construct on the top. And that was 26 years ago, and I haven't seen him since.
Great.
But from what I've
You
learned...
don't intend to...
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, but we don't intend to stay here. So,
Well, you can't leave now that you've entered. That's the curse.
yeah.
Have you seen anybody else enter and not come back to you?
No, but from what I've learned, the curse prevents any living souls from leaving once they've entered. This wasn't always the case. The spirits that roam here, and he looks around, trying to like see if there's any about. They still speak, and you can sometimes overhear the conversations. But 42 years ago, a group came to the city, killed the shadow dragon, gestures towards the skeleton. And I guess killing it must have released more powerful, darker spirits seeking retribution for the dragon's death. Now anyone who enters is doomed to remain here, live out their days, and then, eventually die and join the cursed souls wandering the streets. You're the first people I've seen since I've been here, aside from my mentor.
Yeah, but what do you eat?
Rats.
That's...
The buildings are infested with them, so the tavern has a bunch of rats that I know the basic of spells, and pulls out like a shitty looking spell book that's just real old, and it's just full of cantrips and first level spells.
Can you not purify the food? It is a simple spell.
Tried. Any non-magical food or drink here spoils within the hour.
So you have to eat it immediately.
Yeah.
Does it spoil again once you've eaten it?
Sometimes.
Guys, our rations. We have to protect them.
Into the bag of holding. Put them into the bag of holding.
Put them in the teddy bear. Or heal this Vini.
Does Vinny, you want to hoard our snacks?
Go half and half to hedge our bets.
Yeah.
I mean, I could.
This guy's, you also have to be cool. Helsvini's got, some seniority, so maybe
Yeah,
like
I'm starting to get a little full here, guys.
Maybe 2/3 and 1/3.
How about
Mm-hmm.
I say what I'll eat?
yeah, I got your
Sure.
back. You just tell me
Great.
when. Also, just
He'll this Vini gets first dibs on everything.
No, you give me.
And then whatever doesn't fit
I'll take all
goes
of it.
into the... Very well, if you can hold all of it.
I
Sold.
can. I'd like to eat something nice.
And Grin holds up the hard deck.
We'll start-
Never mind. The
Hopper's
teddy bear.
also gonna start...
Teddy bear can have it.
Oh, this is what you guys are eating? Never mind.
Disgusting.
Torger would
I'm
like
gonna...
a hard tack back now.
Yeah, no, I don't want hardtack.
I'm gonna offer up the salted fish to Hildesvini if it's not already in him.
Oh, it's already in him.
It's already okay. That's what I thought.
Weirdly,
I think Hopper still
weirdly,
has
nobody had to put that in there.
He just took it.
Yeah,
He just
yeah, that's mine. But yeah, you're just like with this weird, nervous, and just trembling 40 4-year-old human man who's just like clearly came here when he was 22.
We're gonna investigate this place.
Okay.
Do you think would you feel better, just staying and hiding or joining us?
He gestures to like a building, kind of tucked away in the alley. You can see like a cellar door. That's the tavern. Once you guys figure a way to get out, come get me, please. I'll be hiding in the tavern as per usual.
Okay. Got it, Kevin. Is there anything else you can tell us that might help?
The city was a prominent city during the War of Ascension. It was a powerful magocracy. Like many cities around the world at the time, the gods, even the evil ones, took a break from the war, worked together to destroy the city.
I imagine since he's like kind of a historian, he's just giving us kind of a history lecture, and it's just like, that's not helpful.
It's the only time the gods ever cooperated. The city fell to the ground, survived, due to some last-minute magic by the ruling archmage. All of these flying cities at that time were ruled by archmages. Some people also think this weird tree helped the city survive. Unfortunately, everyone in the city, including the archmage, died when it fell. The city survived and the spirits lingered. The Archmage's tower still stands in the Luminary Precinct and gestures towards the tower. That's where all the residual magic of the city kind of still lingers.
How far away is the tree from here?
No, I don't know. My mentor and I discovered murals and art depicting a sapling, but no matter how hard we searched, we could never find it. My mentor believed it was protected by magical means, making it impossible to locate. So I don't know where it is.
Oh.
And then you hear like what sounds like a like a moan from like a ghostly wail from like another alleyway, and Kevin just and like runs towards the cellar door and like opens it up and like last chance to hide.
Yeah, it's at about that moment that the calm emotions fades.
So he's like, last chance for any of you to come hide. And sorry, Doe, you were saying something. He's only like 20 feet away.
Doe was pulling out the book that has like the symbol of the tower and everything on it, and they just kind of go,
Did you know a Mortimer Huxley?
No.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That seems
That was suspicious. Even though it was probably just you trying to remember if you did know Mortimer Huxley.
Cause that's her dad, or her human dad at the Athenium.
3, what do I figure out?
13.
He doesn't have no idea who fucking Mortimer Huxley is. He clearly looks just confused. And he hasn't been at the Athenium for 26 years.
Natural 20.
Yeah, he has no idea. It's been like almost 3 decades since he was last
Genuinely
there.
no idea. Okay.
Doe just
Sorry, no.
kind of nods and just puts it back.
Well, if you guys need a place to hide at some point, the cellar's warm. It's got lots of rats. Don't forget that Cave and Idris helped you out.
Got it, Kevin.
And then slams the cellar door shut. Like, he's being very loud, and you can hear like numerous like locks being engaged. You can hear like a couple him muttering, like trying to cast a spell, and then a couple spells go off, and then
I like David.
I like him too.
just a scared guy who's been stuck here for like 30 years almost.
He's just a little guy.
Yeah.
Just a regular grad student.
Yeah.
I didn't. What was his lineage? Human.
Human.
Cool.
He's like he's like a mid-40s human man who's been here since he was like 22.
Gosh.
So he's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he mentioned the tower. Everything things are originating from the tower. Doe mentioned something's pulling them towards that tower too. And now that you're here, Doe, yeah, that tower is still like
Like they're itching to get there.
Yeah.
Well, let's Okay, let's see if we can. I feel like this whatever magic that is protecting the sapling is probably stemming from the tower, but let's see if we can at least maybe even locate a potential area that the sapling might be, so we have a general idea before we go venturing into the tower.
Sounds good to me.
Alright. Who has the branch?
Place of the brunch for a second.
Mimosas.
Heroes
Hopper
brunch.
has it.
Who had? Oh,
Hopper counts
that's
heroes
amazing.
No, Hopper pulls out the branch from his bag
Okay.
and starts
It.
doing a dowsing rod
Yeah.
motion.
You know, this is a bit of a tangent, but my friend just a cat that didn't have a tail, and the nickname of this cat is Mimosa because it's bottomless.
That's pretty good.
Is it an orange cat?
It might be a tabby, yeah. So
Okay.
That's
That's
so
great.
good.
that's a
What's
super,
That's
What's
close
its name?
enough.
really
Mimosa.
quite a
Amazing.
tangent, but I
The
just,
best
Yeah.
fucking name.
A
You would
tailless cat named Mimosa because it's bottomless.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
sorry. Saying
No,
About
that's
the-
good. That makes me
Very-
happy. So using the branch as a dowsing rod, it points just past the tower a little bit.
Okay. It is past the tower, but
Uh,
we may want to.
I'd
I know, though,
I'd say
you wanted to
about
check it out.
I'd say about a 2-hour walk.
Okay, so like a couple miles past the tower.
Yeah.
Well, if it's past it, we should probably, go to the tower first anyhow.
I was thinking the same thing. Hit the tower on the way, figure out what you're looking for.
Suit yourselves.
No objections?
Why did you say that, Just? What? That was so ominous.
It's just something I said.
Sure. Next time you're gonna say, "Don't worry about it," and I'm just
Don't worry
gonna
about
worry
it.
about it.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Well, there it is.
All right,
Shit,
so-
now we're gonna worry
there
about
it
it.
is.
You begin.
Just like a lazy tailor would say, suit yourself.
You begin following Hopper, holding the branch like a dowsing rod. Occasionally, you'll see like shadows like drift across the street that vaguely look like people.
I kind of want to try to listen in on their conversation.
You can if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen in.
Might as well they talk, so.
Yeah.
All right, so you like focus listening into like what any of the passing spirits say.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think of something. Okay.
I want them to so badly have a Valley Girl accent. I don't know why.
One of the voices says, he said like that he could bring my child back to life. So yeah,
Damn.
one of the voices is like, they said they could bring my child back to life.
Mhm.
And then another voice is like, don't trust him. Don't trust the Archmage. He takes the children. Changes them, twists them. Do you keep listening? You saw what happened
I
saw what happened to Kevin from his intense listening for 26 years.
That's 26
No, I think-
years.
I think I'm
Yeah.
just listening as we're walking past. I think that's all I hear as we're
So not
walking
like
without
not
stopping.
intently listening in. Okay.
Pushing in now.
I'm intently listening, but only while we're within earshot.
You're always
'Cause I
in,
don't
you're
wanna
always
stop the
you're
group.
always in earshot.
Oh, I think after hearing don't trust the Archmage, I'm just gonna play like none of these spirits trust the Archmage.
And then
Just
one of the
whisper
spirits
to-
says, "The Archmage brought my daughter back."
Apparently they are resurrecting people.
Regardless.
What's going on?
So one girl was like, I hope the Archmage brings back my children. I hope he brings back my daughter. And then the other was like, don't trust the Archmage. He steals the children.
Another voice says, The mistress of Baator sundered the crucible. Run, run.
What the fuck is the mistress of Baator?
In any context, Justin, that was so fucking creepy. Holy shit.
Mistress of Baator.
That's your creation, Lex.
What?
If I recall correctly.
Yeah. I was like, that sounds really familiar.
You telling me you're going to be the cause of our destruction?
Always.
You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice?
Another one would be, why are the guards sewing their mouths shut?
I think you broke up a little bit.
The last whisper was, why are the guards sewing their mouths shut? But eventually, after an hour of these weird disembodied voices saying weird shit.
Ignore that insight check.
You come to a tower. It stands tall, hewn from sleek dark stone, culminating in a 5-pronged top made of solid gold. 4 of the prongs extend vertically like fingers, while the 5th protrudes horizontally like a thumb. Devoid of any windows, the structure seems untouched by the city's encroaching vegetation that is kind of like overgrown over everything else. A steep set of stone steps ascends to the arched front door, sturdy and painted jet black. The door's knocker, crafted from what appears to be gold, subtly mimics the shape of a hand.
So we're doing it, well.
Oh, this is your tower?
Joe is just like pause and just like looking at it. And they take like a really deep breath and they grip their staff really hard in their one hand and their book in the other.
Mm-hmm.
And they start walking up the steps.
Hopper's gonna follow them.
Okay.
Alright.
Gonna, follow as I do.
Vonkar just like, I just leave.
Bye.
Yeah, fuck it.
Vonkar didn't hear any
I'm
of the
gonna go hang out at the tavern.
Vonkar didn't hear any of the voices.
Yeah. Yeah, this place is pretty nice. It's a little gloomy, but it's not not as creepy as promised.
Vonkar, did being in the sun for that long fry you a little too hard?
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
I think being cursed for the last 300 years did that.
You guys seem so upset. We're just going to high five this big hand tower.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are, Torger.
High five the tower.
Just going up to the top to give it a high five.
Yeah, might as well, right?
But first, we gotta do it to the snacker. Here we go.
Joe's looking at this knocker and they're trying to tell if it looks like it was like carved from like a piece of something
Just made from gold.
or
It's just a hand that's made of like a hand made of gold.
does it look does it look like it's been used a lot? Like, how like if you take a door knocker and you do it,
It
like,
looks like
it gets like tarnished and stuff like that.
It's slightly tarnished around the fingers and thumb.
I would like to do the slightly smart thing and just kind of see if it looks a little trapped.
Make a investigation check.
Ooh, we have a rogue-ish person in our team.
Before I touch this
Yeah.
thing and curse myself.
Keep in mind, you do have the investigator background, so I think that might help you in some capacity. I don't remember.
Yeah, that is also very true.
For the purpose of this, I'll just say for the purpose of this, since before we look it up, we can do that next time. You have advantage, we'll say,
Cool.
and then we'll look it up officially later.
With advantage, it was a 16.
This is the safest door knocker you've ever seen.
Doe is gonna take their... They're gonna put their staff in their tongue, and they're gonna take their right hand, which is sweating up a storm, wipe it on their robe, and put the hand on the door knocker.
Okay, as you do, the fingers of the door knocker kind of weave in between yours, like holding hands. And the door, do you knock? Or do you push?
Shit, you cut out there for a second, Justin.
Do you knock or push?
I would Well, if it's holding my hand...
Yeah.
Are you going to be more Canadian or American?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm going to knock. My mother taught me to be polite.
As you knock, the door opens, and the hand lets go of yours. It opens just like a slight, like a jar. It opens just a couple inches.
So it opens like this?
Nice.
Nice.
Vonkar suddenly is no longer immune to curses.
And every curse within a 100-mile radius just gets siphoned down his throat.
Yeah, but yeah, Doe, the hand relaxes and lets go and goes back to being solid gold. When it clasped around your hand, it was almost like a real hand, and then it relaxes back into a solid gold matter, and then the door opens just a few inches ajar, allowing you to push it open if you choose.
While it's ajar like that, Doe's just taking a peek with their eyes, just seeing if there's anything immediately there that's...
Nope.
Okay, and then Doe is just looking back at the group and just gently pushes the door the rest of the way in.
Do you all enter? It shows just like a hallway that goes forward.
Doe is pressing on.
Okay, as Doe steps through, a long-standing enchantment goes off, which causes a swift, cold breeze that smells of death to blow through the tower, followed by a voice resonating through its entirety of the tower, and the overall feeling of this tower makes your skin crawl, again, aside from Vonkar. And this is the voice.
It has been ages since living souls last intruded upon my tower. What folly leads you so blindly into the darkness? What secrets do you seek? What truths do you wish to uncover? Do you grasp the gravity of where you stand? You have entered my domain, where my whispers pervade all.
What the fuck?
The entrance chamber is expansive, adorned predominantly in black and gold hand and eye-like motifs. A narrow corridor leads to what appears to be an open, almost reception-like area, presumably where the owner would once greet guests. Here, jet-black velvet couches with gold-trimmed feet, shaped like humanoid hands, resting palm-side down. In the center is a grand circular table draped in black silk that holds ancient golden tankards and crystal goblets buried under layers of dust. Branching from the entry chamber are corridors leading to a dining hall, lounge, study, guest rooms, and a grand spiral staircase adorned with a decorative black iron railing, accented in gold, ascends even higher into the tower. And coming from what sounds like the dining hall, you can hear a pipe organ playing. Curiously for you, Doe, this tower evokes a brief sense of familiarity, and again, you can't grasp exactly why.
Does the organ sound like, does the tune sound familiar at all?
It's like a weird, haunting melody. No, not familiar. Yeah, I did that voice recording like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, this is gonna be
Fucking
fun.
man.
Fucking dope.
Oh, that's what I'm just moving around.
Oh yeah, I have to ask. Did Vonkar hear the voice?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone hears it except Vonkar.
No, Vonkar heard it. Yeah, it permeated through the whole tower.
Now that one I heard.
Yeah, you can hear like a haunting melody coming from like the dining hall area, just down this one corridor. Sounds like a pipe organ's being played.
Imagining it's all nice for Vonkar. Sunshine. I
And then
love
that.
Rainbow. Joe's gonna take out the. It's like the Mac. The Mac.
MacBook Pro. It's the instrument, right?
The Cittern, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not using it for like their magical properties, but they're gonna take it out, and while they're listening to the tune, Doe's gonna try to play along with it to see if there's any like muscle memory
Okay.
and stuff
make
like
a,
that.
Make a performance check. And you're all just kind of standing on this tower. That voice just permeates through it all, and then an organ starts to play by itself from somewhere. There's like weird candles, like all jet black candles. Their wax hasn't melted yet. All still like lit. Yeah.
If we were like level 5 or under, it'd just be like heal, pivot, leave.
Oh,
Would you say I get advantage on this because of my investigator?
yeah, sure.
17.
You can mimic the tune a little bit, but nothing unlocks memory-wise. This isn't a song you've heard before. And it just begins.
like, the pipe
it just
organ?
loops.
Okay, so it doesn't like freeze frame stop
No,
kind of
it
thing.
just keeps going.
Oh, thank frick. Okay.
Yeah, like weird
I don't like
candles.
stop.
There's like weird candles kind of floating in the air. There are like jet black wax. They're lit, but the wax isn't melting. You got a spiral staircase that goes up, and then corridors where the sound is coming from. Like this place just permeates magic. Clearly.
Against better judgment, Joe starts walking towards the sound more and more.
Okay, so you're heading.
Not like running towards
Yeah,
it,
okay.
but like.
So yeah, you guys see Doe starts walking down the corridor towards the dining, where the sound of the pipe organ's coming from.
Yep, we gotta get moving.
Yep.
That's right. I'll follow you, Doe.
Okay. The dining hall is large and spacious. Is it the dining hall? Yes. Large and spacious, dominated by a 35-foot-long black stone table, draped in a dark silk cloth intricately adorned with golden runic patterns. Towering golden candelabras illuminate the table, each adorned with around 30 jet black candles that seemingly burn endlessly, their wax untouched by the heat. At opposite ends of the table sit only one chair for each end, both high-backed and black, each embellished with a large painted golden eye at their centers. Along the walls, exquisite wine cabinets stand, while at one end of the chamber, a grand black pipe organ trimmed in gold plays a haunting melodic tune as if played by unseen hands. You can see the keys, like, moving on their own.
As we're walking up the stairs, start ritually casting Detect Magic.
I'd be going down a corridor, not any stairs. But yeah, you can cast Detect Magic.
Yeah.
So as you're walking on the corridor, before you get to the dining hall, Detect Magic radiates an illusion spell coming from a decorative golden skull in the main area. And all of the candles radiate evocation magic.
Okay. I am then going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay. Once you get to the dining hall, Detect Magic would still be up. The candles in the candelabras on the table all give off evocation, and the pipe organ gives off an aura of enchantment magic.
Joe's gonna keep walking towards the organ. They're not going to touch the keys, but they're gonna stand like 10 feet away from it and just watch it.
All right. Yeah, you watch it, and the keys are just like being played like by some expert musician, and this haunting melody comes out of the pipes, like moving like a rapid fluid motion while it plays this melody.
Gotta say, that's. Oh,
Doe's just like legitimately appreciating the tune first off.
I want to touch it, but that.
And Doe just looks back towards Hopper.
How bad of an idea would it be to?
And as soon as you begin to contemplate touching it, it stops playing. And a chill.
So you have your answer now?
And a chill breeze comes from down the corridor in the area of the study.
Under their breath, Doe just goes,
I'm sorry.
like, this is quiet.
I'm sorry. I did not mean for you to stop playing. I apologize if that was rude to want to play your organ.
They're just like, because that feeling of being watched, they're just like,
Oh yeah,
no.
it's still present, that constant feeling. Like, definitely something knows you're in the tower. Hence the voice.
Yeah, Doe ain't leaving anytime soon. Fuck it.
Do you head towards where the breeze came from, or do you go elsewhere? The breeze came from the study.
Oh, Doe is going towards that breeze, because you know what? If they're gonna die, this is the place they're gonna
Okay.
die.
Doe.
Yeah, those are bloodhound.
Doe.
I'm going to summon the protector cannon and pop off
Okay.
temp HP.
Okay. Yeah, Vonkar, you don't feel how, like, you don't feel the persistent, like, being watched feeling in this tower. It just feels like a tower, but you did hear the voice, and that was about it.
That's going to be 6 temporary hit points.
To everybody?
For everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you move back down the corridor and get into where the study, where that breeze came from, tall, dark bookshelves are set into an alcove, each secured behind a caged wall with glowing glyphs occasionally appearing on the bars. In the center of the study stands a large rectangular black desk made of what looks like lead, with legs ending in clawed golden hands gripping the floor, with one large drawer near the top of the desk. Completely bare, as if cleared long ago except for a large jar filled with a deep green liquid. The jar rests on a small stand resembling an upturned clawed golden hand, and inside it floats numerous humanoid eyes of various colors. The lid of the jar is golden and has been designed to also look like an eye. Behind the desk is an arched, tall, backed black chair set with golden eye and hand motifs. Detect magic pings an aura of abjuration magic on the bars, and a necromancy coming from the jar of eyes, and abjuration also coming from the desk. Hopper.
I would be careful. The bars and the desk are protected by magic.
Doe is almost salivating looking at those books, and they're just like,
Oh, I hate when knowledge is trapped like that. Just.
As soon as you
You
say
see
that,
Joe
as soon
almost
as you say
grit-
that, there's a unlocking noise on the desk, and the drawer opens up.
Is the abjuration still pinging off
Nope.
of the desk? So magic is gone off the desk. It is not there anymore. You said something and then the lock undid and the drawer opened and now there is no enchantment on it.
Doe's gonna walk towards the desk a little bit suspiciously, but
Okay.
still going towards it and looking at it.
Yep. There's an indentation inside the drawer where a black pearl sits. And then there's assorted pieces of parchment discussing the plane known as Pandemonium at length, and how it would be easy to hide secrets away there. The notes also describe a weave eater created during an ancient Fey war. The author discovered its prison and theorizes about taming it, or at least bending it to their will with powerful magic. The writer hints at a desire to consume the weave, ensuring that no one, not even their love and closest ally, who's unnamed in the notes, could stop their magical ambition, and they'd stop whoever got in their way. They aim to grant new life whenever they see fit, motivated by their successful experiments on the deceased children of the city, spurred on by pleading from the parents. The notes further elaborate that the Weave Eater would be impossible to tame while its creator and master is alive, but if that obstacle were removed, they would succeed. So this person seems to be going after Arcane's Bane, the Weave Eater.
Uh-oh. Doe's just reading all this!
And yeah, there's a little black pearl and an indentation in the desk, and then notes about the plane of pandemonium.
What's that black pearl?
Brittany's just thinking of Sphere of Annihilation. How many times that thing has fucked
it's
her.
only like this big.
Oh, thank God. Okay. I didn't want to repeat. Doe is going to very gently, with like almost like reverence, grab it.
Okay.
And they're just looking it over, and they're gonna like hold it up towards like the light to see if like anything, like, you know, where like you look through something and if it's like a gem, then
it's just a pearl.
Locked away knowledge.
And Doe looks towards Hopper and Antyr, and they've given the notes to Antyr to add into their book when they had all their scrying stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's the jar.
There's nothing in it. It's just the eyeball. It's like humanoid eyeballs floating around in it.
That's an odd question to ask, but the eyes look familiar to anybody
No.
Doe's ever seen in the past. Okay, so no, like. Okay.
And then you sense that breeze again, coming from upstairs, from that staircase. Like something is beckoning you further in to try and uncover your memories, right? That's why you're here.
And Doe, without even like thinking, they're just like, in their mind, like, no, like this is where I'm supposed to be. Like they're following this, like without even. And they just like have it in their hand, and they're walking past the bookshelves, and they're like, not even, if the group's talking, they're just.
Sure. Doe leaves the study and begins to go up the spiral staircase.
Doe took the black pearl, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I missed that.
Haha, fuck you, Jack Sparrow.
Alright.
Since you guys have watched Sleeping Beauty, but like I have the Tchaikovsky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't touch anything.
Oh, that was one of my. That's still one of my favorite
good
parts in any Disney movie.
So
is
good.
that part.
Yeah. Doe, as you begin to climb up the staircase, does everybody chase after Doe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The staircase is. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say if it bears repeating.
Yeah.
Seeing Doe in a minute is not gonna let them.
True.
Ever be totally solo.
Okay.
And probably to not a super healthy degree, but just like, oh, you looks like you need a friend who helps you.
Okay. The staircase ascends to a second-floor landing leading directly to a sturdy door adorned with a golden symbol, a large hand with an all-seeing eye set into the palm, similar to the emblem, Antyr, you saw all those dead dudes wearing. And as Doe approaches, the door just unlocks and opens and swings open, revealing A grand chamber beyond, once the abode of a powerful archmage. Dominating the room is a circular multi-tiered desk that ascends towards the ceiling via a spiraling staircase leading to a large, dark, ornate chair. So it's a multi-tiered desk with stairs going up to the top. Resting atop the highest tier of the desk is a large gold lockbox adorned in clawed hands that's been opened. Each tier of the desk is covered with ancient texts and faded notes piled upon layer by layer. Against one wall rests a large glass cabinet filled with rows of quartz potion bottles, each containing a shimmering gold liquid with translucent silver threads. Labels taped to each bottle bear simple phrases. Flanking the cabinet are quartz goblets. Lying face down on the floor of the chamber is a very old headless skeleton wearing elegant black robes with a hole in their back, and around what remains of the neck is a golden locket that pings an aura of illusion magic. The locket does. The back wall features a tall arched window offering a view of a tall, shadowy, dark tower, much like this one, tucked away in a large, dark cavern surrounded by swirling, dust-filled winds. And yeah, more of those floating black candles are in the air. But yeah, Hopper, you get divination from the window, illusion on the locket, and enchantment on the vials in the cabinet.
I will.
And there's
relay
notes
that to
all over the
everyone.
desk. Do you look at the notes, though? Do you go for anything first? There's the locket, that's illusory.
Doe's going to where this cold breeze is going more towards. Like
The notes, the locket, the cabinet.
Doe, like order of operations, they just stop and they're just like, and just like mindlessly, they're just like, I gotta do everything. Like this is leading me somewhere. Like this is
Okay.
good. This is good vibes.
Then, as we get to the end, then notes and research detail on the desk. Notes and research detail various methods of extending one's life indefinitely. The collection resembles mad scribblings, revealing a certain mage's name, Caven Idris, and his intense fear of death, and his desperate steps to avoid it out of fear of being forgotten and lost to time. So the mage you encountered in the city today, these are his notes. Caven's intense fear of death and his desperate steps to avoid it, out of fear of being forgotten and lost to time. The most interesting being notes where he bound the demon prince of undeath, Orcus, and subjugated the demon prince into helping Caven with a series of dark rituals involving undeath and immortality, before binding Orcus, his remaining essence, into a horned black ring that you saw Caven wearing when you encountered the nervous little mage. Another note is just the name Caven Idris written out numerous times, and every time the name is scratched out, another name follows. A common repeated name is the Undying King. And the letters of Caven Idris, the last name is gone, but the letters in the first name are rearranged occasionally, and they spell out V-E-C-N-A.
No!
And that's where we're going to end the session for the week.
No!
We are level 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
What
spelling
were
this.
the letters again?
C-A-V-E-N, rearranged.
Vecna.
He took his name and he crossed it out numerous times, wrote a name, repeating name called the Undying King, and then rearranged the letters in the name Caven to Vecna.
Ah,
I was
I was
spelling
right
Caven
there. I
with
could
a
have done a heart
K.
sense and I didn't. Ah,
I was literally spelling
was
Caven
spelling-
with a K, so I
No,
was like,
C-A-V-E-N.
yeah.
But as you
great.
uncover these notes, and yeah, that's where we're going to end the session for the week. Bye!
Woo!